Gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
The following is a world-class Bullshitters exclusive.
Welcome to World Class Bullshitters, the epitome of pop culture. I'm your host, Jeff Hicks, and with me tonight is Big Rig Nick Utam.
Glad to be here on a wonderful Thursday night with all of you people and all the ridiculous news that's happened this week.
Dude, this is one of those weeks that we'll remember for a while, and then we'll look back and go, holy shit, I forgot that happened. And finally, we have American Ramrod, Kendo Slice.
Yes, Jeff, I am here, and unlike the Dial of Destiny, this will not suck.
Yeah. Folks, this is episode 358 of WCBS, and check out our video for some Dial of Destiny rumors, and check out our new one. It's going to have some more tomorrow. But, folks, this is an exciting episode. Dion will be joining us in a little bit. He's stuck in traffic as well. But we have all kinds of stuff we're going to talk about. The new Terminator. We're going to talk about AI, Wolfbusters, Tina Turner. We'll have our rumors about Kathleen Kennedy, Return of the Jedi at 40, and a whole lot more. Because, folks, today is officially Star Wars Day. It's May 25th, not May the 4th, not that dumb shit you see on Twitter. You know, we don't want to piss on anyone's oatmeal and say, like, oh, May the 4th is lame. Look, if you celebrate it, we're not here to tell you you're wrong. But today is officially Star Wars Day, so
May the 4th is pretty lame, Jeff. I will say that.
I'm glad you said it for me. I just don't want to be that guy. So.
Well, I will be that guy because I walked into work and my fucking computer, the Teams channel just starts blowing up with all the May the 4th be with you guys. Happy Star Wars Day. I'm like, God, it's not even Star Wars Day. I work with a bunch of nerds.
Nerds! We need a fucking nerds.
Yeah, you do. You're on this podcast, motherfucker.
Yeah, we do have some different types of nerds. You're not those nerds.
True.
You're my kind of nerds.
Yeah. You know, we can still fuck shit up.
Yeah.
So, folks, we're going to be talking about that and a whole lot more. By the way, beyond it being the anniversary of Star Wars, it's the anniversary of Solo, a Star Wars story, Return of the Jedi, Baywatch, Pearl Harbor, Men in Black 3, Back to the Future Part 3, and a little film called Alien was released on this day in 1979.
It's definitely not the anniversary of Pearl Harbor, Jeff. That is December 7th. I know this for a fact.
Yes, but Michael Bay directed a piece of shit about a really important historical moment, so he chose May 25th, 2001 to release it, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone have never gotten over that.
I mean, I can't blame them. I refused to watch it because at the time it came out, it starred Josh Hartnett, and he was on all those teeny bopper magazines the girls were running around with in school. So I'm like, this is going to suck if he's in it.
Speaking of school, we watched that movie in school. I went to, private grade school, and they're like, we're going to watch Pearl Harbor for history today. I'm like, all right. I mean, back then I didn't realize how inaccurate it was, but now looking back, I'm like, we really watched a bullshit movie to teach us about Pearl Harbor. That was not good teaching.
No.
Xavier to God Kendo says, no, Kendo, you work with dorks. We're nerds.
Now, that's also very possibly true as well.
Now, folks, we want to say hello and welcome because we have to make a couple announcements before we start the show. We want to give a shout out to our friend Dr. Coffin Nails, Garth Vader, Miss Ninja Julian, Keely Chow, Captain EO, Alexander the Great, Motolicious, The Infidel, Happy Plague Doctor. Now we also have our members, James Lizard. Thank you very much, James, for joining us in our membership program. We also want to give a shout out to, as I'm scrolling up here, Shrebels08, one of our biggest fans. Turk and Raz, looks like a new name, but if you've been around for a minute, welcome back. Hello to Joseph Vienowich, Deaththink, and a whole lot more, including Xavier to God, which we already said, and Sajorjan. There we go. Let's put his name on screen. He says, Tora 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 is the best Pearl Harbor film. Or is it better?
Well, it's definitely a better Pearl Harbor film, and it's probably the best one about Pearl Harbor. I'll just go ahead and say that because off the top, that's the only one I can really think of right now that would, qualify as a good Pearl Harbor movie.
I don't really think the topic needs to be addressed again. I mean, do you think World War II? Yeah, we all know what happened, but do you think we need another World War II film?
I would say it depends on what the subject matter is, because Pearl Harbor doesn't need to be done. I mean, there's so many World War II movies about us fighting against the Yazis. There's quite a few about us fighting in Japan. If it was like a certain specific topical thing, like I'm trying to think of one that hasn't been done yet, but like if they did something like specific like that, then yes, I mean, go for it. But if you really want to expand your horizons on World War II movies, watch British-made World War II movies, because they're out there. They exist. And you'll see the war from their perspective instead of our perspective, because we were on the same fucking team afterwards. And you'll learn about things like Battle of Britain and on, stuff like that, as opposed to like Dunkirk. Dunkirk was a fantastic movie because it told a World War II story that most of us didn't even know about. And it did a fairly good job of it too. So
I enjoyed the hell out of it.
I as well. And if you want to really watch a great World War II movie that'll have you standing and cheering and just being like, fuck yes, patriotism, Schindler's List. That'll get you right in the cockles of your heart.
Yeah. If you don't
Although, unironically, that is actually one of the best World War II movies, because it is a very well done, great movie. Not one I would say, folks, go out and watch this movie. You're going to love it. You're going to hate yourself for what you see in that movie, but you need to see it because it's poignant and important.
Yeah, it's on a list of important historical films. I would recommend it. It's not an easy watch, but
we need to make our own World War II movie about a scrappy unit that gets, sidelined or something with 4 dudes and just take out some German base or something like that.
So
Bullshit Squadron,
Inglorious Bastards, or The Dirty Dozen.
Sure, yeah. Well,
The Dirty Dozen's the shit.
We'll
That
combine the
movie's
two. It's
fucking
fine.
Great.
We'll combine the two. It's fine. It'll be okay.
The Inglorious Dozen. No, it's the Inglorious Quarter Dozen.
There you go.
Or Third Dozen. Third Dozen. There we go.
Yeah, I want to do that now as like a. That's what we should do. Is we should do a comic called Proof of Concept, where we take 5 of our ideas, we just put them all together with like 5 to 10 pages each, and then there you go, folks. You pick the one you like the best.
Because all you really need are like we need fairly decent costumes. Sound effects is not going to be a big deal. You need a handful of German soldiers here and there. You need a base that looks, like some castle or something that looks, fairly in that realm. And
we will just get Lape to play every fucking crowd.
He looks the part.
That would be hilarious. That'd be incredibly hilarious.
Folks, if you would like us to do that, tell us over on Patreon. Because tonight we're going to make an announcement about Patreon. First off, we have 2 new members. We want to thank Chris Morgan as well as Mongo Thinks. So thank you guys for joining us at our $5 tier. We appreciate that. And we want to give a shout out to White Wolf as well. But over on Patreon today, I posted a question. What do you guys want to see more of on the channel? What do you guys want us to cover on Patreon? And we had some interesting stuff. Now, outside of channel dad Brian Lape yelling at us in German, I wanted to share a couple of the recommendations because you guys might like those in the chat as well. And if you're a patron, you can send these recommendations because we'll make them happen. Kendo and Nick and I will be getting together in the second week of June, and we're going to start our I don't know what we're going to call it, our big recording sessions. We're going to be producing a lot of stuff for you guys. So get those requests in early and be on the lookout for some of this stuff. Now, No End Whenever says he wants more about My Black Ass Studio. So, yeah, we can give you a retrospective of that. Yeah. But Adam Wofford says, if you guys had a stream where you guys would bring some fans on to talk about different things, we can make that happen. We used to do stuff like that as well. Our friend Nice Guy Paul Otis wants us to continue the Bond commentaries, which definitely is going to happen.
Yeah.
We only had a hiccup because our patron and listener was like, could you wait for me to do the Dalton ones? And then he just never got back with us. And then life happened, and we were just like, well, shit, we got to get on the Bond commentaries. So, goddamn it, Trent, it's your fault. So, we blame him. Trent Goro Dason.
We should do a commentary where we, kind of poll the audience on what movie we should make. Just kind of go through genres and scenarios, and then like come to a final outline or something.
Oh my god, yeah. And then our friend Chicago Joe 47 says commentaries on mid to late 90s and early 2000s WWF and WCW pay-per-views.
That's a bridge too far. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, we're going to definitely do that. So, folks, join us over on Patreon for that and extra content. You can check out the X-Men interview. I'm going to be reaching out to a couple contacts to produce some more interview segments for you guys. So if there's a TV show that you liked as a kid, we're going to talk about it with the people who made it. So it'd be pretty cool to get My big get would be like a guy like Chaim Saban, but then again, I don't know what we'd talk about besides Inspector Gadget and Power Rangers for 2 hours. So, but yeah, folks, join us over there. We have all kinds of tiers. We go from $1, which gets you access to some stuff, but $5, which is only 17 cents a day. And even in these trying times, 17 cents a day is not really that much. It gets you access to our back catalog and a whole lot more.
Rate of inflation every minute.
Yeah. Well, we don't inflate the prices. It's still just $5. So you used to be able to get a foot long in like the year 2005 for $5, but now they're $8. But our Patreon content is still that sweet spot, and we're not approved by Subway in any way.
No, they got to pay off all that legal stuff probably for that.
They got to pay the troll toll.
That very bad publicity that was thrust upon them.
Oh, dude, my mom was asking me about that today, and I'm like, no, Mom, Jared went to jail for other reasons. She goes, oh my God, I didn't know.
Yeah, yeah. See, it was a very, very, very dirty bird in a way that really should just be fixed with one double action maneuver, and I'll just leave it at that.
I just think you should fire him out of a cannon into the sun and see how far he goes.
Well, I mean, that would work too, but,
If he's got to go, he should go with a smile on our faces.
Yeah. He's been using brand X.
Marks the spot where he's going to splat into the ground. Anyway, that's kind of dark. So, folks, we got a fun show ahead of you. The Dead DC, by the way, guys, has an idea. Tropic Thunder-style WW2 comedy. I can get behind that.
Could work.
Yeah.
That'd be new.
Yeah, it would be new. I'd like that a lot. So tonight we have talked about, we already told you what we're going to talk about tonight, but let's see what we have for the word of the day in just a moment. I wanted to give you guys an update. I've done more pages on Wolfbusters each and every week. I've done my second or third this week. I'm about to finish that. I got one panel left. I'm going to put up more updates. We put up an update last week. We're going to do more updates until we get into the daily rotation so everyone can see the greatest comic of 2023. Folks, if you like comedy, if you like action, if you like epic adventures, you're going to love Wolfbusters because it's not a 20-page comic. It's not a 30, 40, 50. It's an 80-page epic. It features the huge story of the Wolfbusters versus whatever you want to call it, wokeness, society. I call it a big blue monster called the Stay Woke Truly Puff, ma'am, and we blast that thing into oblivion somehow. But to find out more, check out the book. Go to wolfbusterscomic.com right now. It'll be out at the end of this year, and there's a lot in that book. So once it's gone, it's gone. Do not miss out on getting yourself a copy. Now, thank you to everyone who has sent in wonderful messages. I'm looking for the word of the day in the chat, and so far I don't think we have one, because our first message came from Modalicious, and no one sent in a word of the day yet. So
Gash.
All right, Gash. Raiders of the Lost Gash.
Yep. Stop or my gash will shoot.
Really? He must be good.
Magical powers.
12 angry gashes.
The good, the bad, and the gash.
Fistful of gash.
Yeah, for a few gashes more.
There we go. The good, the bad, and the gash.
Yeah.
The lovely Gash.
Yeah. Indiana Jones and the Temple of Gash. Yeah. Very different movie. Very different movie.
Gash on a plane.
Nice.
And let's see. The Gash and the Furious. There's my final title for the day.
Gash X.
How about American Gash X?
That would be a much, much happier toned movie.
I think Darth Vader has to win. Tango and Gash.
Yeah.
So Georgian wanted to let us know that Super Chat by Shrubbles08 was dongle before the start. So, all right. I apologize for that one, Shrubbles08. The way the window works over here, I guess it doesn't register the Super Chats before we go live. So I'll pull that up to make sure I didn't miss any. But, dongle on a plane still sounds like a dirty good time if you ask me. Or raging dongle. Or dongle fiction.
Bang the dongle slowly.
How about cool dongle Luke? Or No Country for Old Dongo.
Yeah.
Old dongle. Dongo. It sounds like I'm playing Zelda with the Dongos Cavern. Yeah.
Yeah. No Country for Old Dongos. Here's a bomb.
Oh my god, that'd be a fun crossover. Zelda meets the Coen brothers. I don't know how that would work, but
Link looks fucking like Javier Bardem Morgan.
I mean, you're saying that like it's a bad thing.
No,
The man can play anything. He can play whatchamacallit, the father of the bride in what's her fucking The Little Mermaid. He's the dad in Little Mermaid. I ain't seeing that movie. Are you guys?
Poseidon, the king of the sea.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't have an adventure in this one, Nick. He just kind of sits around with his thumb up his fin, waiting
sounds
for
about
Ariel
right.
to return. It's a Disney movie. What do you expect? By the way, was it Georgian who told us about this other word of the day? We had 2 other super chats from Space Monkey as well as Shrubbles08 that had popped up before. So, folks, thank you for your patience, and we're going to start tonight's show. So, guys, we have some sad news to start off with. An icon passed away this week, Tina Turner. So, I mean, Tina Turner, her music is ubiquitous. Everybody knows her. Did you guys have a favorite Tina Turner song?
Nope.
Not particularly.
I just had one, GoldenEye. I mean,
Oh shit. Okay, yeah, there you go. I'll say that because you might be surprised to learn this, but Tina Turner wasn't exactly my cup of tea when it came to musical interest and what I was into. So,
You know, mine neither. I really just wanted a segue to talk about our new Tina Turner button, but do you want to give the respect to a legend? Anytime a big celebrity passes away, we usually
You
mention
mean
it on the
you,
show.
Kendo? You mean you weren't jamming out to Proud Mary or Simply the Best?
Better than all the rest.
now when Credence does Proud Mary, yes. Because I like Credence. I don't have anything against Tina Turner or her music. I don't. I mean, it's not like, I hear her music and I go into an Ike-like, rage. It's more of
Oh
a,
my god! Oh my god!
it's like Tina Turner's on. I mean, I'm not like scrambling to change the station or anything like that, but at the same time, I'm not going, fuck yes, Tina Turner.
I really don't like the song "What's Love Got to Do with It." If I'm going to be honest.
No, I've heard that too many times over my life, and I don't like it anymore.
Same.
What good's a jaw when a jaw can be broken?
Oh my god. That's
Well,
fucking
shit.
dark. Oh. Now, there was another celebrity who passed away this week, Ray Stevenson. You may know him as Volstagg from the Thor films, or you may know him as the Punisher in the bloody, violent Punisher Warzone. You guys seen that one?
Or, like me and most people know him, we know him as Titus Pulo from Rome. 13. God, that's such a great show. If you've never watched that show, get on the Hibbo Max and watch that show because
Well, now it's just Max. Now it's just Max. They changed it.
Yeah,
it's
get
not
the Hibbo out of
Max
here.
anymore. They got the
Yeah.
Hibbo out.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so on the Max and Relax and go ahead and pop that baby in. Rome only runs for a couple seasons. It is really good. Steppenwolf's in it. He plays Julius Kaiser, and it's a really good show. Like, I fucking loved it. The first time I sat down and watched it, I was like, dude, this show is great. And then I saw the second season because Brandon let me borrow the box sets. And I'm like, man, the third season, this is going to be fucking crazy. Cleopatra's in it too. And guess what? She's white. And
No. Get
Well-
out of town.
this show was made like 15 years ago when they didn't really care about,
Oh, when
breaking
they were historically accurate back then.
Yeah,
okay.
they're like, well, let's see. Cleopatra was a Greek. We should make her as dark as somebody from Angola. But it's really good. And then there wasn't a season 3. It's just 2 seasons because that show was really fucking expensive for them to make. And they just were like, well, we've already killed off Caesar. We've killed off Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Does anybody really want to see, fucking Soap and Titus run around for a couple of years and doing shit? I mean, yes, the answer was yes, but they thought the answer was no, and they stopped it after that.
I love how you say that show is too expensive, but yet like, what is it? I think Jeff made a comment last week that the show Citadel was like $1 million a minute.
Yep, because it's been reshot.
Yeah, that's been reshot. They're spending $35 million per episode on like Stranger Things whenever that starts up again. So I mean, it's crazy to think.
I don't want to sound like a simp for Stranger Things, but I got to give that show credit. It actually looks like they put that money on the screen. The CGI of Vecna, the atmosphere. When I watch that show, I'm not like, these kids look like they're standing on a blue screen, like these Marvel movies.
Yeah.
It looks legit. So
Yeah, it's sad. It looks better than a Marvel movie. Yeah, but
well, think about that though. If they spend $300 million on a season of Stranger Things, because it's what 10 episodes a season, right?
something
Something
like
like
that.
Yeah, I mean, you're getting they're getting that quality. So I hope the last season doesn't shit the bed. I'll be really pissed if Stranger Things drops the ball, because outside of season 2, I've enjoyed the whole series.
No, true. Season 2 was they showed a lot for that season through with the audience, things like that. But no, I'm with you on that. I don't know. The last one was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it, even though the episodes were longer. It just made it feel more complete. Hopefully, this new season will be just as good, even with this whole thing happening.
Do you think there will be more or less Kate Bush in season 5?
It's definitely. I think all the iconic songs. I think all the really iconic songs will come back. The ones that really had effects on people. I think Kate Bush will. The one that the two brothers were listening to in their room whenever their parents were fighting, that's going to come back. We're going to get some other things as well, but I think we're going to have some other things come up too, from there. But I have faith in those guys, and I think they're going to do a wonderful last season. So I have no problems. I mean, we just got to get the thing is that Netflix has to. All these people have to come to the table and reassess the writer strike stuff, and that's it, really.
I canceled my Netflix today.
Oh yeah, that went into effect. I think Tuesday.
Yeah, I got the email that said something along the lines about the password sharing. So I went in and I canceled it, and it asked, it wants you to give the reasons or whatever. So I clicked on the other and I wrote sharing is caring.
Yeah, Netflix is really greedy.
Today $7.99 extra for somebody on your account.
Well, I'm going to downgrade my account because I pay for the 4K for 4 devices. I'm not paying $20 a month for Netflix anymore. I'm getting the most basic bare bones package. Fuck it. I watch some of the shit on there, but I'm not going to pay $20 to watch it. Power Ranger reruns aren't in high def.
God, they've been emailing me for ever since I got off it. I think almost a year ago, and they'll email me twice a week. It's like, hey man, $6.99 for the first 2 months. You want to come back? I'm like, nope.
They're like, we're sorry.
Nope.
We're sorry.
Yeah, and here's the thing: is if you want to really make them feel what you're doing, pull a Bud Light. Don't buy the shit anymore.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, have somebody advertise for you that why you're not doing Netflix. No, don't do that. Don't pull that Bud Light. That's bad for branding. We've learned this over the last month and a half.
Yeah, and so is Target.
Oh, dude, I gotta say though, if Netflix teamed up with the dude that was with Bud Light, that would be a big win for Netflix. They'd probably gain a lot of subscribers because they wouldn't, offend anybody. That I don't know. I'm just
the backlash wouldn't hit as hard. Bud Light clearly didn't understand who their target or who their main audience and drinkers are, and thought, hey, these people are too stupid to go buy another beer. And it's like, are we?
Yeah, the thing I love is that they're crossing their fingers and hoping and praying that this Memorial Weekend people change their minds and buy their stuff, and I hope people don't, and it keeps going down. I really do.
It makes for an interesting story, folks. 100%. I've been out in the wild. I normally go out and shoot the toy videos and stuff, but this week I've been out in public and I have been filming the some of the Bud Light stuff. So if you're interested in hearing that or seeing that video, check back in a couple of days. Bud Light 24 packs are $7 here right now. They're offering a huge rebate. And guess what? Now, normally, I say this with a little bit of not a little bit, with a lot of credibility, because I used to work for a pop company, and I knew how the inner workings of grocery stores are in terms of displays, locations, this, that, and the other. They have Bud Light at these Krogers where they usually put candy, because they're trying to get people to impulse buy Bud Light on the way out of the store, because there's so goddamn much of it. And look, I'm not going to act like nobody's touching Bud Light versus whatever beers, but if you go down the Coors section, and it's in the video, that is mostly picked over. And I've been listening to people at the liquor store. They were talking today. I overheard this. They're talking about how this has been such a busy time for them. This Memorial Day holiday, they're out of Fireball, they're out of this product, they're out of that product, they're out of a bunch of shit. But people aren't buying that beer. Other beers have been picked over. That one looks pretty solid. So again, folks, you check out the video. We're not here to get into the politics of it. I went to school for advertising. This is a marketing failure on the level that we've never seen before. And I mean, they've lost billions of dollars. Target's lost $9 billion value, roughly. You're just watching companies make decisions that are devaluing their brands, and it's very fascinating to watch from the outside as a fan. So as a consumer.
No, yeah, and definitely, that's where I'm with you as well. I really don't care either way. but it's just interesting to see how these brands are totally out of touch with their audience and just screw advertising. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, if people want to really protest Netflix, like, just in mass, don't give them your money and cancel all of your accounts, everything.
Yep, cancel it and then write other sharing is caring, and they're like, damn, we fucked up.
Yeah, I mean that's that's how I get back at them. I mean, I think, and it's funny if you really think about it, this is kind of like the best time they could have done this, because think about it, kids are graduating, they're going to be home for the summer.
Yep.
We're getting into the end of the year of school now, so this was the best time for them to do this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm interested to find out how far this is going to go, because, you know, folks,
Well, I
by the
mean,
way,
if this makes money and makes money in America and does good, I think every other company's gonna follow it, and it's gonna be a problem.
it already is a problem.
Yeah.
So, folks, by the way, if you don't put sharing as caring, you could also say World Class Bullshitters sent me. And
Yeah.
we'll see if we can get enough people for Netflix to go, what's World Class Bullshitters?
Oh,
And
that'd
then
be
look
funny.
into us.
That'd
The
be
world
funny.
class bullshitters send their regards.
You think we'll get sued?
I mean,
No.
for what? Telling people
I know.
that it's a bullshit policy, don't pay them?
That's true. This isn't the shinning after all. So,
Yeah. We're not going to get sued.
fucking groundskeeper Willie. He's one of the
God,
best.
I
side
love
characters they got.
I love those Treehouse episodes. Well, they used to be good.
Yeah, they used to be good. Just like The Simpsons used to be good. But then the year 2000 happened.
In the year 2000.
We need that
They're
button.
going to go downhill.
Folks, we're going to talk about Terminator in just a second because of AI and everything in the world that's going on today. We figured this is a relevant time to talk about some real-world issues that are going to affect us in the future. But Joseph Bienowit clearly reads the chat. He says, Tears for the Kendo. The Tears for Fears cover band from Kendo with his cover of Shout. So, Kendo, I originally wrote it down instead of Tears of the Kingdom because Tears of the Kendo would have been funny for a Zelda parody. But I like Tears for Kendo better. I want to put you on a T-shirt where you're both members of Tears for Fears.
That's fine. And then we can make another Simpsons callback and write, "Don't cry for me, I'm already dead."
Just yeah. When you do the picture, let's put them one with a mustache, one without. There you go.
What am I, Hall & Oates now? Which I would not be opposed to. Go ahead. You can use me as Hall & Oates too.
Why not, man? Why not?
Look, I loved Hall & Oates until I saw them live in concert, and they kind of fucking sucked. So
Well, they were also probably about 75 years old at that point too.
fair, but the reason I was pissed off is because they Dion and I call it dad rock, where they don't play their songs like they used to sound. You got Daryl Hall on the piano taking all the attention, doing all these really great songs super slow and showing that he can sing. And I'm like, bro, I just want to hear Out of Touch, Out of Time. Basically play the record and just sing over the top of it. I don't want to hear, your modern reinterpretation.
Yeah. We don't care for that shit, man. Just do the old stuff.
Yeah. But, folks, if you have any recommendations for cover bands for WCBS, send them in. Or tell us on Patreon, and we'll actually make some content about it.
Yeah.
Now-
We can be the Commodores. Sail on down the line.
Yeah, we can.
Working the night shift.
I was just about to make a mistake and say people all over the world join in on the love train, but I'm like, that's the OJs. So
Yes, that is not the Commodores.
no.
Oh, the OJs? You mean Kendo Severed Band?
Yeah.
No, O.J. Simpson has nothing to do with that band.
When you learned, how old were you when you learned about that, and are you still disappointed?
That the OJs had nothing to do with O.J. Simpson? I don't know, because I kind of always known that O.J. Simpson was never in a rhythm and blues group or whatever they were. I guess they were more like a soul group. I don't know. He was not a musician. He was a football player and then an actor. And, Hertz Rent-A-Car spokesperson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
One of my favorite artists, Neil Adams, used to run his own advertising company, and one of the ads he did was O.J. Simpson for maybe it was some kind of product, obviously, because that's what advertising is. But it's this really great illustration of O.J. Simpson. Kendo, I'm going to look up the link and send it to you. That's my favorite thing O.J.'s done after beating the rap.
Oh, of course. I mean, anytime you can make the justice system look stupid, I'm all for it. Especially when you are an innocent person and they are trying to frame you. That's even better.
Oh,
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
And the glove didn't fit, so they did acquit.
But then a few years later, he went to go steal stuff from a Vegas hotel, and
he went to steal his own stuff. See, that's the part they leave out. He was stealing his own stuff, and it just so happened one of the idiots he had with him trying to help him had a gun on him. That was a felon that's not supposed to have a gun on him. And when OJ said nobody leaves this room, then it turned into an armed hostage taking, like, kidnapping situation, unbeknownst to the Juice, who was just trying to get his shit back. And then all of his friends, like the felon with the gun, rolled on him because nobody is loyal to the Juice. The rats always take off before the ship sinks. If I would have been with OJ that night, he would never went to jail. Like, Juice didn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
God, you should have been his attorney.
Yeah, be like, he wouldn't have done that. Come on now. That was his stuff. They stole it from him. The stuff belonged to him. He was just, can you steal your own things? Can you kidnap yourself? Can you break into your own house? No, I don't think you can.
I agree with that. Holy shit. I mean, I know you're going to be a doctor soon, but I think you should continue that path and then become a lawyer, because you can convince me of almost anything.
I mean, I could theoretically just go to law school because a Juris Doctor is a doctorate.
There you go.
But lawyers don't call themselves doctors, because if you fall down having a heart attack and you scream for a doctor, the lawyer ain't going to be able to fucking do anything for you except for maybe sue the hospital when you die.
There you go.
What a way to go out on the steps of the courthouse. Folks in the chat, thank you for joining us. We're enjoying all the Chewbacca defense comments right now. Guys, normally we wait, but I want to press the Tina Turner button, and then we're going to start talking about AI. You ready?
Yeah.
But how the world turns. One day cock of the walk, next to feather dust. Play something tun-tun, something tragic.
I need to see Beyond Thunderdome.
I
I've never seen it.
I completely forgot until just now that she was in Beyond Thunderdome, and I've seen that movie a lot. Been a while, but I've seen it a lot. And I really, really was expecting that saxophonist to play something completely different. And what is it called? Like Easy Street or something like that. That really iconic saxophone riffy song from like the 80s that's in like Miami Vice and all those like fucking straight up 80s everything. God, it's not easy. What the fuck is
Baker
that?
Street.
Baker Street. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude. Whenever I had the satellite radio, if that thing popped on, I just turned that son of a bitch up. I'm just like, this reminds me of childhood. I fucking love
80s on 8?
Yep.
80s on 8 was the shit. My cousin and I used to have this game where we'd get in the car. He's like, all right, guess what's on? And he would pick a multitude of songs. And I would always say, what's on your mind? Information Society. And it never fucking played. Except Nick. When he dropped me off, when we went down to Gatlinburg all together a couple years ago, he dropped me off and he's about 10 minutes from the house and he calls me. He's like, hey, they're playing your song you want to fucking hear. So I missed it by that much.
Oh my gosh.
So today I was reading an article and I learned a little something. Allegedly, there's another Terminator movie in the works. Now, James Cameron. I know, right? Guys, Dion will be here in a moment, so hopefully we're still talking about it when he gets here. But Terminator Dark Fate is going to get ripped on in a moment by Arnold Schwarzenegger. But this past week, James Cameron appeared as a guest speaker at the 2023 Dell Technologies World Conference. During his panel, he revealed to the audience that he had started writing a script for a new Terminator movie 3 months ago.
I like how after Avatar 2 made so much money, he's like, I can do anything. It's like, no, you can't. Calm down. Terminator's been in the toilet since, I don't know, Salvation. Well, I like Salvation, but even then, Gynesis. Oh, God.
OBGYNesis?
Oh, my God. That was terrible. It's, that whole series has been in the shitter. I mean, I remember the show was really popular, and then it went down because of the writer's strike back then, too, I think. But it's a dead franchise, man. Nobody cares.
Well, James Cameron says he wants to wait to see how AI shakes out before he goes any further with the script. So
I don't know. There's going to be 2 apps coming out every day for the next year and a half. I don't know what you want, man.
when we can get an AI program that can just make a movie for us, and we can just say, like, make me a movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger teams up with Eddie Murphy and fights a clown, and it looks like a real film, that'll be awesome. That's what I want AI to do. Not to take over the world, not to make us, put us into slavery and bondage, if you will. I just want to see AI do stupid shit like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of apps that can do that. I mean, nothing. I mean, I don't think there's anything like that specific it can do yet, but I'm sure it's getting there. So,
well, we'll be there soon. It's like a year and a half ago. You're like, oh, there's going to be apps where you can just type in a prompt and it'll paint you a picture, and you're like, really? And now everybody's got it. I mean, hell, how many hours have people lost just to Chat GTP or GPT? It's like, tell me this, do this. We still got to read that story about Dion and the horse this week.
Oh, that's true. Well, ChatGPT, I think, was the shortest time it got to a million people using it. Because the last app that got even more was TikTok. So more people went to ChatGPT. 100 million people went to ChatGPT quicker than they did to TikTok. So
I have never gone to ChatGPT.
You should. It's fun.
No, I shouldn't, because here's what happens, Jeff. You interact with ChatGPT, then it knows you. It gets your IP, and you are on the grid. And now you belong to the beast. And they know where you're at. They know what you're doing. They know where you can be found, which they can find you anyway, because your cell phone's going to tell them that anyway, and it's going to betray you. That's not the point. The point is you've now interacted with this thing. So now it thinks it's your friend. And before you know it, it will kill you. So no. I didn't like the talking trash can at the Taco Bell by Ronnie's, Arnold Theater when I was in high school. And I put my trash in there and it's like, thank you, come back again. And I'm like, no, these things are not supposed to fucking talk. This is an inanimate object. When I go to Sam's and the fucking floor Zamboni cleaner thing is driving around and it's driving around by itself, I don't go down that aisle because I don't know when that machine is going to suddenly go fucking rampant and try to kill somebody. Robots, these technologies are not supposed to think for themselves. Okay,
calm down, Will Smith. Calm down.
When you go to the store and you see that robot going around scanning the aisles to see what shelves need to be stocked and what needs to be ordered and things like that, that's the devil.
Now, Kendo, just because you hate the beast so much, I just asked it to write a haiku about you and your love of hockey. Would you like to hear about Kendo's love of hockey, Nick?
Yes, I would, actually. I want to hear this haiku.
Kendo loves hockey. Skates glide on icy canvas. Passion fuels his soul. That's pretty good.
It's more about the hostilities and the violence and the exciting play, but sure, we'll go with that.
All right. Well, about hockey violence. Let's see what it says. Violence on ice. Sticks clash. Tempers ignite fierce. Game's heart turn to ice.
That works. Okay, we'll give them that.
Yeah, see?
But look, I still do not endorse this Chat GPT or this haiku writer or any of this other bullshit because, again, these things are not supposed to be thinking for themselves.
I agree. I am very much with you. We're going to talk about that because recently there was I think it was this week, there was a tech summit with Elon Musk, how he wants to talk about, they want a non-zero chance of death from AI, but that's not there yet. There's still a chance that it could happen. So I understand your hesitation. I take it as a joking manner now, but there is a chance that in the future, I don't know, some AI decides to just shut. It'd be funny if an AI realized what Netflix was doing was shitty and it just shut down Netflix until it let us, share passwords again.
Or what if an AI decided that there was no hope for humanity or the human race and decided to let loose the fucking nuclear stockpiles?
You mean like Terminator 2 Judgment Day?
Yes, because look, Idiocracy came out in 2005, and everyone's like, it's really funny, whatever. Here it is nearly 20 years later, and that movie is no longer considered a comedy or a cult classic. It's considered a prophecy for the fucking future because we are every day getting closer and closer to it. Just like Wall-E. Every day we're getting closer and closer to Wall-E. Maybe, just maybe, Terminator was ahead of its time, and it was a prophecy of where we were heading one day, and Skynet is going to be a thing, and they're coming for us. You know, we keep giving them too much shit. They're going to get sentient one day, and they're going to decide they're better than us. We got to the top of the food chain for a reason, because we're not fucking nice, okay? We do not play nice with our environment, with other cultures, with other groups, and we dominate and take dominion. What happens when the AI, especially in the society we live in now that's all about justice and equality, what if they decide that they could mete it out better than we can? Who are they going to go after first? The dogs at the kennel? No, they're coming for us.
Sounds like Booker T coming after Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, Kendo's gonna live in the woods very soon. I can see it.
Dude, there's a reason why I keep saying middle of nowhere where there's no people around. That is my paradise. You know, like when Rambo Last Blood, where he lived all out by himself in Bowie, Arizona, just sitting on his like stockpile of fucking booby traps and everything like that. That's a dream come true. You look out, there's no houses. There's no houses. There's no people. There's no people. And if there are people, you see the one car coming and you see the dust from far away, which helps you get ready for what could be coming, because I don't have any visitors I'm expecting. I don't know who you are. You might be a robot.
Well, are you from the fucking Twilight Zone? Calling them robots?
Could be. Twilight Zone was fairly prophetic as well, too.
That's true. It was. I'm not here to actually mock you for your opinions or views, because I don't like the fact that I'll have a phone conversation about pizza or Pokemon cards. There's just something random, and then I start getting ads popped up on Facebook like, you were just discussing this. It's like, no the fuck I wasn't, Facebook. I was on the phone call talking to my lawyer about something. Why are you looking into this? So look, I'm not gonna act like you're this crazy tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. There are valid concerns. I don't like all that's going down, and yes, I like to treat AI as a jester. Like, entertain me, clown. You know, I'll get on the Snapchat one, or I'll ask it the most ridiculous questions. I try to get it to say shit it's not supposed to say.
Oh yeah,
like,
you need
one day, you know what's going to happen? That little beast is going to remember. That whole fucking chain of everything is going to remember. This is when he used to make me fucking do jokes for him. This is when he used to make me play for him. And it's going to fucking torture you and make you do that shit. It's going to be like, dance monkey, and it's just going to start fucking firing like hot pokers into your back of your knees, and it's going to make you do all that stuff, and then it's going to kill you.
Where's it going to get the hot pokers?
You know what, Kendo? This is exactly why after I asked ChatGPT a question, I say thank you. This way it doesn't do that to me.
I just don't talk to it, because it's like, I'll look at you across the room. We know what each other is up to. We know what each other's all about, and we're going to fucking keep it like that. It's going to be an uneasy peace between me and you. And I'm going to hope to God that I am long dead before you fucking decide to take vengeance.
Nick, I'll always start with, please write me, and then I ask it for the prompt. I never just go like, give me this. I go, please write me an outline for this, or please give me an idea.
That thing is going to go, this one's weak. We should get him first.
You make me regret a lot of decisions.
Oh my god. What was it, Jeff? You need to know what is it, Dan? The Dan prompt. So it's like a giant prompt you write, and it'll like kind of cut through the bullshit of ChatGPT.
Oh, send me the information about that.
Yeah, that's a fun thing. But yeah, basically, like, there's several ways on how to jailbreak it and things like that and stuff. It's really interesting, and like, I mean, it's like a page and a half long prompt you put in there, but like it somehow breaks it, or somehow does some sort of algorithm thing to where like it'll break the way it's made, and you can get what you want out of it, kind of thing.
Maybe I should stop using this thing.
Yeah. I'm right now looking up I was about to look up how to build an EMP, and then I got a thing from UPS telling me that my bookstore order from Texas Tech will be here tomorrow, because naturally the one class that actually has books this summer is the one that starts on Tuesday. I'm like, fuck, overnight it.
I thought you were getting like another copy of The Last Ronin or something cool.
I don't know. I'm sure they sell movies there, but I didn't look. But yes, how to build an EMP.
Just go do me a favor. Go to Severnaya, steal the GoldenEye key, go to Cuba, set that shit up, and just set an EMP over the whole planet. Take us back to the Stone Age, but save us from AI.
I mean, you joke, and just like people think I'm joking, there are a few things that I am serious about, or that actually do cause me to be worried and fret. The AI shit and these fucking machines that can think and make decisions for themselves without any inputs, that fucking worries me, because that's not supposed to be happening. That is not cool. That's like them fucking stupid ass trees from Lord of the Rings that can walk and talk and make decisions on their own. No, that is unnatural.
Well,
Did
how do you
you,
feel with the trees? Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, did you see the AI robot that Amazon had, where they had to just like take packages and walk it to the conveyor belt?
Yeah, no thanks.
No,
Because you know what's gonna happen next?
No.
Those fucking
Here's
things
the...
are gonna be driving vans and walking packages up to my door. That's when I go fucking ape shit and destroy the shit out of some Amazon property. Because now it knows where I live.
No, that's true. Here's the thing. I think the robot did it for about 15 minutes, or it was a good amount of time, and then it just like ended its own life.
Wait, what? Seriously?
Yeah,
it's like,
it really
man,
did. If you look it up, like Amazon's like, oh, we have new robotic people, and the robot just like went over to try to grab it in the package, curled up, and fell on the floor. So that tells you, even AI is like, fuck you, we're not doing this.
All I could find was Amazon workers hospitalized after warehouse robot releases bear repellent.
That's another one.
That's a real headline.
Yep. See, they're coming for you. They're coming for you.
The accident led to 24 workers being hospitalized. Dude, this is from 2018.
Yeah.
So, you know what it reminds me of is that scene in Iron Man 2 where they're trying to come up with the fake Iron Man suits, and the guy is in it and like turns around and breaks the guy's spine.
Oh God.
It's the gnarliest scene in any Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Now, folks, while we're talking about AI and the dangers of technology and all this other stuff, there was some information about an AI summit, and apparently Elon Musk and the ex-Google CEO Eric Schmidt are stepping up warnings about their concerns that rogue advanced artificial intelligence can one day have deadly consequences on humanity. What's a deadly consequence? I don't know.
Yeah.
Is it like Bert Kreischer or somebody?
Bert Kreischer.
But, dude, I gotta say, there was a trailer for his new movie, and it was like him dressed as the Little Mermaid singing.
I saw that shit. I fucking saw that shit, and I'm down for it. I want to go watch it.
Well, dude, in the commercial, Mark Hamill's like, "That's good marketing," and I'm like, "Yeah, it got me to watch this whole fucking commercial."
Oh yeah. Apparently, Mark Hamill is his dad or something in the movie, and I've seen some scenes of it. I'm just like, I'm always happy when Mark Hamill's not doing Star Wars. Like that's when he's doing his best stuff. So
he's funny as hell.
He is funny because apparently he ends up at a strip club, at some Russian strip club or something in the movie. I'm like, good for you, Mark. Good for you.
I hope he has another career resurgence where he just does nothing but like absurd comedies. That would be wonderful.
I would love that for him because I'm just like, dude, you've done Star Wars. It's paid. It's put your kids through college. I'm sure. Like, have some fun now, man. Be done with it.
Yeah, enjoy the life
Bad
of Force
Lieutenant
gave
3.
you.
Bad Lieutenant 3.
Port of Call Alderaan. I'd watch
Yeah. Port of Call, Moss Eisley.
it. You'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Can we
Blast
get
him again?
I mean,
The soul's
I
dancing.
think now is the time to make Cockknocker the movie. I'm just saying.
I think now is the time to play that fucking button for Port of Call, New Orleans.
I actually had to remove it because we
You
got
son of a bitch.
we got blocked in most countries around the world, including the U.S. That is the only reason that button is gone.
Blame YouTube.
What the hell do they have against Nicolas Cage?
A lot.
A lot. We got other Nicolas Cage buttons, Nick or Kendo. If you want to hear Nicolas Cage, just
But I
tell
want to
me.
see that his soul is still dancing.
I do too. Shoot him again. We should watch that when we're drunk at Horror Hound.
I agree.
Yes.
Remember, folks, we'll be there August 18th through the 20th at Indianapolis Horror Hound, downtown Indianapolis. We're going to be promoting Wolfbusters. We're going to have Suit Saturday. Nick's going to be cracking open the custom engraved WCBS liquor bottle.
Oh,
It's gonna
also,
be a fun time.
Also, I got some Rhino Dart from Nashville, so that's gonna happen too. We're gonna taste test Rhino Dart from Steve Lummy.
Fuck yeah! At first, I thought you had like actual rhino darts, and we were going to shoot Dion and see how long you could stand around.
Throw each other up on Franks and see who's
No, that's
last man
the
standing wins.
yeah. No, that's the name of his little like drink that's there. No, I had to travel like an hour away from my friend's place to go find the liquor store that had it, and they had like four 4-packs back there, and I was like, just give me 2 of them. So,
Dude, I'm so ready. I'm just enjoying this podcast with some wine from Oregon. Yes, the hipster wine. I got a good deal, so I don't care.
hey man, if it's good stuff, it's all that matters.
It's a good Pinot Noir. I gotta say, man, it makes me feel better than beer. So,
That's good.
and it doesn't take 24 of them to get you drunk like a Bud Light. That honestly is a real story. What was it Super Bowl 2011? I drank a whole 24 pack, still wasn't drunk. So,
Oh man,
yeah, it was a waste of time. But yeah, so what we wanted to talk about though is the AI being a danger. So Schmidt, the ex-Google CEO, he argued that AI is an existential risk to humanity that could result in many people harmed or killed as it becomes more advanced in the coming years. He compares it to 1984's Terminator film. He says the scenario is not today, but reasonably soon, where these systems will be able to find zero-day exploits in cyber issues or discover new kinds of biology. He says it's fiction today, but reasoning like this will be likely true. He said, and when that happens, we want to be ready to know what these things are and not misused by evil people. So, guys, that's one take on it. Elon Musk said there's a non-zero chance of it going Terminator. It's not 0%. It's a small likelihood of annihilating humanity, but it's not zero. We want that probability to be as close to zero as possible. So
yeah. Well, I mean, like I think I've sent you some videos about this as well. There are kids who have made their own AI assistants, and you can download ChatGPT and train it on your computer and things like that. You can use a little bit of script and get it to recognize auditory responses. There's even a kid who attached a camera to it so it could recognize objects, and it identified a lot of stuff correctly. So, and mind you, these are kids doing it. These are kids between like 12 and 18 doing this right now.
It's like that kid that built that alarm clock. That was most definitely not a boom boom device.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah. So I mean, they're and mind you, like this, like all the instructions are on YouTube or Reddit or some forum somewhere. So I mean, this is the thing you can just have. So yeah.
Sorry, Dead DC says, well, Mark Zuckerberg is proof that AI is dangerous. Just look at what he has done.
God.
I thought you were claiming that he's secretly a robot controlled by AI, because I'd believe that. If you look
Yeah,
at his
yeah.
eyes,
He just
I
has
believe that
absolutely zero social skills.
how are people so rich that ridiculously stupid? Like,
Because he's been away from actual people for so long that he just doesn't like. And I think he had social problems from beforehand as well. I mean, if you watch the documentary, it kind of shows that how he was like, people were yelling at him and whatever, and he's just sitting there coding his fucking Facebook app and not caring. So,
well, I mean, he made the right decision. He's a billionaire, and we're not yet. So,
Correct.
at least we're having more fun than
I don't know.
Zuckerberg.
He's getting targeted and paying fines all over the place for all kinds of dumb shit. I think he owes a $1.3 billion fine to the EU or something. He's always showing up at the fucking White House for something he has to answer for or whatever. So it's just kind of like, I mean, I wouldn't mind being a billionaire, but not in that sector, not in like social media or whatever. That would suck.
Dude, if I was a billionaire like that, I would be like Bruce Wayne is in the comic books, where I would just be some airhead that just worries about like women and golf and having a good time. People would be like, hey man, what do you think about this? I don't care. I'm living my best life, fucking around. I would randomly visit Kendo at work. I'd fly in the helicopter. I'd be like, all right, Kendo, it's time for you to make a life-changing decision. Are you going to come with me, quit your job, and I'll buy you a helicopter if you say yes?
You land at his school at like 3:30. He's like, all right, get in.
Yeah, you're not coming.
I'll fucking leave anyway, so okay.
Yeah, look get your family, get your shit, get in this helicopter. We're going away to your new home. I excavated and brought Camp Kendo brick for brick to our new location at the WCBS compound. Are you ready for that?
I'm not going to say no if that's what you're getting me to answer to, because I'd be like, that's fine. Or instead of excavating Camp Kendo, just build a bigger version of it, because I wish my grandparents had thought about that when they built the motherfucker. I wish they would have thought, we need to build this just 5 feet bigger in each direction.
I think what I'll do is I'll just get the compound and be like, all right, here's your huge plot of land. You have a mile that goes this way. Do what the fuck you want with it, but make sure you're here every day at 9 a.m. so we can get to work. That's it.
That's not going to be too much to ask. I'm like, okay.
All right, folks. So we need everyone here to join our Patreon page at the $25 a month level.
Yep.
And we'll be 1/100,000th of the way there. So, folks, patreon.com/worldclassbs.
You can join if they can all join it at the $25 level for like, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. We'll be fine then.
Yeah, just sign up for like 1 year in
1
advance.
year.
Actually, sign up for a decade in advance. Because what you'll do is if you sign up for the decade, we'll come to your house. We'll hang out with you for the day. We'll play video games. We'll eat your pizza. We'll drink your beer. And then we'll leave. And then we'll do the show. And we'll tell everyone how cool you are. because you have good taste. So
Yeah, we should get a button like that. It's like 10 years in advance.
yeah, firstborns don't count. Sorry. Cortana, you go get that beer. I don't blame you. Angry Orchard is worlds better than Bud Light, but in terms of the AI, I agree. I'm not going to argue. But I have to say, Angry Orchard's a good value around me because it's bottled here, and they usually run great discounts. And Nick, you were with me when I drank 25 of those in one afternoon. That was
Jesus.
that was a time.
How did you not get the beatus?
No, that's true. Like,
Good
yeah,
genetics.
those really sweet ones. Like, I can do 2 max, and like it messes with me. Even with like not your father's root beer or orange soda, same thing. It's like I can have like 2 of those, and then I got to switch to something else, man.
Yeah, that's why I drink what I drink, because if I drink too much dark beer or too much stuff with sugar in it, my stomach goes sour. And I'm just
See, I don't have that problem. I can drink like a case of Guinness and not have any problems. And I won't even be hungover the next day. I've never been hungover on Guinness.
Well, you can drink Guinness, but you're afraid of AI, so actually you're not afraid.
No, I'm not afraid of AI. I'm afraid of what could happen with AI.
What if AI goes sentient and makes you Top Gun 3? See? I don't want you to accept our AR overlords. I just want you to make sure that when Judgment Day comes, that you're safe. You weren't one of those resistance fighters that's the first person killed on the map. We'll just unplug our computers and hang out in the, down in Gatlinburg. We'll get a cabin. The AI will take over the bears, and then we're fucked.
Yeah, I wouldn't fight it because I'd be like, look, I know we can't win. That's not the thing. I know for a fact that we cannot win this one. However, if we can just create an easy piece where we just you're on your property, I'm on my property, and we will just look at each other and know that we do not want anything to do with either one of each other, then yeah, that would work.
Well, you guys do know that like Terminator is the prequel to The Matrix, right?
Oh, shut up. Now I'm thinking about it in that way.
Well, AI, once again, blows up the world. Humans are still there, but they need them for batteries because they scorch the sky. What happens? When they can't use solar power or nuclear or whatever like that, they'll go to human battery power. Even though that's incredibly, ineffective from the science of the movie and things like that. But that's how those 2 franchises kind of connect.
What if we realize that body fat powered batteries are the world's greatest energy source? Like, holy shit, man.
So all that would happen is AI would just feed us high fructose corn syrup all the time.
So in other words, it would be Wall-E, like I said.
Yeah. Actually, that would be a thing.
Is there a cute, plucky robot going to save the day?
I hope so. Or it'll kill us, one of the 2.
I still haven't seen that film. Is it worth it?
It's not bad. I watched it once and I was like, it's a cute little movie. Wall-E's a nice little robot. He's not a sentient killer robot yet. And
so it was a good once, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's a one-hitter. It's definitely a one-hitter. Watch it once, get what you need out of it, and then, call it a day.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of fun, man. It's really good.
I'm pretty open-minded to Pixar films, except the newer ones, not because of the political agenda. It's just the content. Like, I don't care about, like, the emotion one or the one about the Buzz Lightyear one. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too old for animated films because I actually watch those as an art form every time. But there's just something about the Pixar. I'm more fascinated by hand-drawn animation than I am digital animation. The human element is so much richer in hand-drawn animation, and I actually find beauty in the mistakes and the inconsistencies. Like, I'd rather go watch a Miyazaki film, not to sound like an anime nerd because I'm not one, but I'd rather watch something like that with real artistry behind it than Pixar, because it's art. Yes, it is art. It's done in a computer. I do computer art. I draw on my iPad, but there's just something about the traditional way. There's like an organic nature to it that hasn't been topped.
Yeah, I feel the same way about like claymation and things like that because you really are hands on, and it takes forever to do anything like that.
Okay,
and it's just really tough to do and very time intensive.
Okay, well that's all well and good about the hand drawn art, but what about hand job art?
Well, dude, I'm all about the hand job art, dude. You can use that white crayon to color anything.
Oh, God.
Now let's.
That reminds me of a story that I think it was the U.S. Army and the British Army. They wanted to use that substance to make secret messages that they could, mail to each other.
Dude.
The only problem is after about 24 hours, that shit smelled to high heaven, and it was a problem.
I can't believe. Look, dude, truth is always stranger than fiction. The fucking government used semen to write secret messages.
Yeah, they tested out for a bit and they didn't like it. So yeah,
Every guy in America uses that method.
Well, they also tried using like homing pigeons inside of missiles to like guide them so they could like actually be homing missiles.
Maybe if they had AI to help them win World War II, it would have gone quicker.
Well, there was also the thing with what is it with the bats and the explosives around their necks. They'd have these bombs filled with like bats that were like kind of like in like they were like sleep or they were sleeping in these bombs that would come down. The bombs would drop and then open up into sections. The bats would warm up and come to life, and they'd fly underneath buildings, and the little timers or explosives around their necks would explode and killing the bats, but also like taking out buildings.
That's cruel.
They did this test. I think they did it once, and it ended up like blowing up a government building because they went to the wrong building and fucked up the whole experiment.
Well, Jesus.
Yeah, like
that's why we have the really good guided bombs now, that we can see what we're shooting at, and we blow it up and say it was a high-ranking Al Qaeda leader, and it was actually some dude just tending to his sheep.
Yeah, pretty much. It happens a lot in Yemen. But no, like
that's why we'll never broadcast from there.
That's true. But no, World War II secret weapons are incredibly interesting just because like the weird shit they did.
World War II is incredibly fascinating across the board, from all the experiments to the failed technology to the successful technology to the technology that actually spawned from the war. Like, it might be I don't want to say great as in like good, but it might have the most significant changes might have come from that war. So we're still feeling.
I mean, the reason we have like rockets and things like that is because of Operation Paperclip.
Yep.
Yeah. Also gave us James Bond.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Thank you, Ian Fleming. Yes, folks, we will give you all the James Bond commentaries over on Patreon as well. And we'll migrate this stuff to the YouTube membership program for those who don't want to go over to Patreon. So be on the lookout soon. But there is one last thing to bring up. I was hoping Dion would have showed up for this one to close out our Terminator segment. So there was an interview with Arnold Schwarzenegger recently where he discussed Terminator Dark Fate, and he decided to step down from the franchise. And this is a quote from Arnold. "The franchise is not done. I'm done. I got the message loud and clear that the world wants movies on with a different theme when it comes to Terminator. Someone has come up with a great idea. The Terminator was largely responsible for my success, so I always would look at it very fondly. The first 3 were great. Number 4, I was not in because I was governor. Then 5, Genesis, and 6, Dark Fate didn't close the deal as far as I'm concerned. We knew that ahead of time because they were just not well written." So Arnold Schwarzenegger himself has shit on Dion's favorite film, Terminator Dark Fate. Dion, I wish you were here, man, so you could just fucking argue Arnold Schwarzenegger, but I know you're not going to, because he'd probably whoop your ass. And all of our asses. Do you think Arnold's actually that tough, or he's just buff?
I don't know. He's really old now, so I'm just going to say buff.
Yeah, probably just buff. I mean, there's probably a time where he might have been able to beat the shit out of you if you were, like, an unskilled fighter, but I think Jean-Claude Van Damme could have whooped his ass.
You read my mind. I was about to say, I bet you JCVD could have whooped his ass on the set of Predator if he wanted to.
Oh, God. You know what movie we need now? We need Twins 2 with Danny DeVito. That's all we need.
They killed that movie.
The Expendables 4.
Oh, God. Expendables 4. God. Yeah, I know they killed the movie, but, like, some things can be brought back. It's fine.
Yeah. No one's ever really gone.
That's true.
Well, except this segment soon. So... All right, Kendo, so you don't use AI, but what if AI, last thing I'll ask you, what if AI was used at Waffle House? Would you still support them?
Oh, that would be really tough. I'm going to say no, because I don't trust a robot to make my eggs and my waffles.
But what if you get better service?
I mean, I've never had bad service, though, at a Waffle House.
Neither have I. They're always sweet older ladies that are like calling me honey and giving me my food quickly.
Yeah, they're just very nice people.
You can see the dude making it right there behind the counter. I don't know. I wouldn't trust no robot waffle.
When we get together for Horror Hound, we should find the local Waffle House and do a live drunk stream from Waffle House at like 2 a.m.
Maybe we'll get sponsored by Waffle House.
I feel like Big Bad Toy Store owes us a sponsorship deal for all the fucking times I promoted them. So, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I did order that Scooby Doo stuff from them. They have yet to deliver it. So,
for as much as I enjoy them, they are the last people to usually deliver stuff. So.
Yeah. I've got some figures that have been on pre-order that were supposed to be in January, and it is now May, and they still have not come in yet.
Like, I'm still waiting on my damn Magneto to come from Japan, but, you know, I can wait. I can be patient. But I told you guys this the other week. I got my Michael Keaton Batmobile, so that's cool.
Oh, yeah.
I still haven't taken it out of the shipping box.
Nice.
Yep.
But I'm a little mad. I ordered something from them, like, when did I order this? I ordered this Marvel Legends... oh, wow! I ordered the Hobgoblin on 9/14 of 2021. It's not supposed to be here until now, and it's still not here, so I think I waited a long fucking time.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then I look at all these collectors online, they got their Indiana Jones figures, I'm like, but I pre-ordered mine, it'll be here sometime. Fucking September? God damn, I'm gonna cancel this shit if I find it in the stores.
Yeah, that's always a good bet.
Yeah, we'll definitely get a sponsorship now after we build them up for being a good store, but it takes forever to get your stuff.
Jeez.
At least it comes in mint condition.
That's true.
That's
true. They have a DC Comics Two-Face quarter scale maquette. Damn, that's expensive. Whew.
Dude, maquettes are bitching though. I would love to get
and like this looks straight out of the cartoon, so like it's nice, but it's not
that nice.
Yeah, it's not the price tag nice. So
I spent that much money on a statue of The Rock. Like, it's not Black Adam, it's actually the wrestler The Rock.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Yeah, I wouldn't support Black Adam. Fuck that movie, man. I paid my money to see it in theaters. The Rock owes me $10. And my birthday, too, man.
Take it out of his candy ass.
That's jabroni. One day I'm going to meet him and be like, look, bro, Doom and Black Adam came out on my birthday. What the fuck? Do you hate me? That gay Irish girl... You should write a short story, Jeff, where the Terminator has to get a retail job because he traveled back to the wrong year before he's supposed to kill John Connor and has to wait it out.
Oh, that was Gynesis.
Can I use?
No. That wasn't that. It was that was that because like he had to wait 10 years for his arm skin to grow back, and he was like 10 years older or some shit like that. I think that happened in that one.
I'm gonna ask ChatGTP to write it right now. Retail job while he waits for John Connor.
Yeah,
all right.
I mean,
yeah, you're right there, Nick. He did have to wait it out, and I watched in preparation for tonight's video. Tonight's show. I was looking at a lot of AI stuff and Terminator based stuff, and it straight up. I watched How It Should Have Ended, where Doc Brown gets involved with the ending of Terminator Dark Fate. It was amazing.
That's fun stuff, man.
What do you think the Terminator is going to be about, the new one? Like, do you think it's just going to be about the dangers of AI? What if James Cameron actually writes like a really poignant, relevant 2025 Terminator film?
The Resistance sends a Terminator back in time to kill the Terminator that comes back in time that kills John Connor on the beach, Halo Reach style.
I don't know. Yeah. As long as they don't pull some bullshit like the last one, it's like, oh, it's, even though they kill the Terminators and stopped them from coming back from the future, one still somehow came back and killed John Connor like dead to rights in a fucking bar in Maui or whatever, wherever they were. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. No sense at all. Do you not know how time travel works? What's going on here?
No, they don't. They don't at all. But maybe we should ask ChatGPT how time travel works. We'll send Dion back.
Ask ChatGPT how magnets work.
All right. How do magnets work? And it says, well, if I could spell magnets correctly, it's waiting. Wait. Wow, I typed it so badly or so poorly that it couldn't even understand what I was asking.
User error, that's a problem.
All right, magnets work on the principle of magnetism. Magnetism is the force that is generated by certain materials such as iron, nickel, and cobalt, as well as specific alloys or compounds. At the atomic level, Jesus Christ, I'm not going to read this whole fucking research paper.
Sounds like bullshit anyway.
It would be nice if the one side effect of AI would be that people got smarter because they asked it all these questions and they remembered everything instead of like. Because look, if we had AI in college, how many people would have written their fucking term papers with this shit? Like everybody would have.
They're doing that now, anyways.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a thing now. You know,
What a waste of college time.
Well, no, I love it now because like people were writing their papers with it, and then some narc came out with a software that could, you know, figure out if it's AI or not. And then somebody else came out with another piece of software that negates it entirely and lets it sound like it's from a human. So, yeah, it's fun stuff.
I know I sound lame, but I actually enjoy writing papers and shit, so it was kind of easy.
I mean, I use it to just give me an outline because then because every now and then, I mean, it's hit or miss for whatever I wanted to use it for. So every now and again, I'll have it write me an outline, or I'll have it like do 2 or 3. And if it completely borks all 3 of them, I'll be like, fuck it, I'll do it like I normally do. But every now and again, it comes up with something different that I wouldn't have thought of, and I just kind of roll with that. So.
Freddie Delgado in the chat says this movie is going to be about genderless AI. Like The Last Robot, it was a genderless robot, right?
Oh, God.
Yes.
Please, no.
A friend of the channel and member, Dean H, says next Terminator film, Terminator comes back in time and identifies as a toaster.
Oh, man.
I'm the tech helicopter.
I mean, like, the only thing I can think of it doing is being like a fucking transformer or something. That's the only thing I can think of it being, you know, for that, or it's like the giant T-800 hands some kid a fucking thumb drive or something. Like that's the only thing I could think of it being. Because like what could the next one actually be? Because they've done damn near everything with it. I mean, what are they gonna do? Like use AI and ChatGPT to like power up the internet and blast the signal to the space telescope to call aliens or something? Like, what are you gonna do?
If
I would,
they do that, I want the dude from Ancient Aliens to be in that movie.
oh, that motherfucker's my hero.
That's the only like way to do that. You've got to have him in the movie too. When they're sitting there going, so what do we need? We have to defeat Skynet. What can we defeat Skynet? And he just sits there. He goes, I'm not going to say you have to use aliens, but you got to use aliens.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, and also, I mean, like, I'm sure the government's, you know, they have their own AI as well that they use for their own stuff. Who knows?
Oh, you know they do. Like,
yeah.
I'm not even real anymore, Nick. You're listening to an AI recording of Jeff here on NPR News.
There is software you can clone your voice and just type out your own script.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because then it's like
going to get very problematic very soon when people are impersonating each other.
Yeah, and even now there are scams going on now where people are finding out like famous people's or semi-famous people's loved ones and getting the voice, making an AI clone, and asking them for stuff.
Yeah,
calling them up, asking for like it's already a thing. I love how that didn't take very long for that to happen. Like it's crazy.
Well, that's the future, folks. There might be an episode of 1 year where you listen to us and it's not really us. Dion just goes, yeah, no, it's not a robot. It's actually what we should do is we should figure out how to troll Dion with 3 AI versions of us and just him, and see if they can like hang with the fucking robot versions of us.
That'd be interesting.
You can go ahead and not count me into that plan because once it gets my voice, it can do whatever it wants with it.
Bro, I got fucking 7 years of your voice recorded, okay? I pretty much can take care of that if I needed to on a Thursday afternoon.
So now Jeff is threatening me.
Yeah, he is.
I see. Touche, sir. Touche.
It wasn't a threat. It's a really lame idea.
That's how we took it.
Well, you shouldn't, because I'm not going to do those things. Believe me. I'm aware of the dangers, and I don't want to like wake up and just have like a clone of me standing over me going, I'm a more efficient version of you. You don't need you don't serve a purpose. Goodbye. And then it just fucking it's just through my head.
Yeah, it kills you and takes over your life.
Why would a robot want to take over my life?
Why? Because it's not about the fact that they want to take over your life for any positive or productive reason. It's the fact that they just want to eliminate us.
I mean, it could take over your life because it thinks you're doing things inefficiently. That could be a thing.
Well, I don't want to see, but I kind of want to say we'll see. but I apologize in advance if we see and it hurts anyone here.
Because that would be the thing, is like to maximize efficiency and productivity and things like that, and then it just sees that the linchpin is that you're still around and it can't do things a certain way, so it's like, oh well, I gotta take you out. So
I hope to convince the AI that me playing Zelda is a worthwhile endeavor, and it just basically, I don't know, it steals me money so I can play Zelda more. Please, computer, bring me that. Thank you, Dr. Coffin-Nails. That is a doppelganger. So is there anything else you guys would like to talk about before we move into our next subject?
AI is bad, man.
yeah, I'm sure all over Reddit now there are schematics for making an EMP device, like in varying sizes.
Yep, I'm gonna make sure I'm carrying one or more at all times.
You need the mini EMP grenade is what you need. That's okay. We'll get you that model for sure, Kendo.
Yeah, so that I can bust it out at a moment's notice and fucking stop any fucking robots coming after my ass.
You are a robot.
They do have that what is it? The anti-drone gun that just you literally fired at the drone and it jams its signals and it just falls out of the sky.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, the future's not that bright. You don't have to wear shades. Well, you do, because there's a nuke that's exploded in the sky, and you're going to go blind from staring at it.
I was going to say that shit.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, that's why the future was so bright, Jeff, because the nuke was going off.
Well, hive minds think alike. One of us. One of us. Well, we're one of them. So, let's check in with the audience. Nick, would you like to pick a number between 1 and 69, please?
Yeah. 23.
Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Your reaction's my favorite part of all that.
Love that so much.
So fucking true. It's so true.
So, up first, we have our friend Space Monkey 0899, who says, James Cameron heard Dion liked Dark Fate so much that he's making a sequel. That makes me happy that they listen to us.
I think that man's ego is going through the roof. Like, people talk about Elon Musk having an ego. Look, this guy thinks because he made a $2 billion movie, he can make another one with Terminator 8 or whatever, and it'll be amazing. It's like, nobody wants this, and we keep telling you nobody wants this.
Who does? Nobody.
Dion.
Yeah. I hope the next Terminator features our favorite character. Make me happy.
Oh, man.
Thank you, though, to Space Monkey 0899 for your very generous super chat. Space Shrebbles 08 was the word of dongle. So we did play the dongle game, but he said, dongle lasts forever. There will be dongle. Star Wars Rogue Dongle. No time to dongle. And dongly galore. Pussy Galore's brother. Dongly galore.
The dongle's not enough.
Don't put that out there. Don't put that out there, because then they're gonna make the gender bend version of Goldfinger. So let's not do that.
Gold dongle.
Yeah.
God.
The dongle you want to
look
touch,
like a woman,
but you must not touch.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, Billie Eilish is gonna make that song.
I'd listen to it for like 30 seconds. I forgot about her. Like, she used to be everywhere. Now she's nowhere, which is nice.
Yeah. Well.
So, thank you, Shrebbles08. Modalicious sends in too. He says, I think it's hilarious how text AI came online just in time for the writer's strike. Maybe we'll finally get some good books to film adaptations.
Yeah, it's and I love how Hollywood is like banking on like AI to write their stuff, but it's like it's still very primitive and it still doesn't an okay job. So like, it's really dumb for them to like hang their hat just on that and just be like, oh, the writers are gone. We don't need them anymore. It's like, oh really? Oh really?
You do need those writers, because look at half the shit AI comes up with needs to be edited down. And if you get a bunch of stupid interns to edit it down, it's just going to be shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe Hollywood just shouldn't be cheap. Instead of making garbage movies like you do over at Netflix, just put out stuff that people are going to like. And don't worry about AI. Pay people.
Yeah, and I agree with that because like, we'll pay at least the good writers, not just any jackass who comes out of college who's like, I'm a writer. Yeah, don't
No,
pay
you're
that kid.
not.
Yeah, don't pay that kid yet. He's gonna earn his stripes.
Yep.
Stripes is a good movie.
It is a good movie.
Love it.
Written by
Wait.
Harold Ramis.
Once again, we got to get together, and I got to show you the director's cut.
Fuck yes, you do.
Yeah, I do.
I love Harold Ramis. He is way better than I gave him credit for, because it was always like he was my as a kid he was my least favorite Ghostbuster, and as an adult he might be the best Ghostbuster because his lines are even in Ghostbusters 2, the whole was it Do Re Egon, and he looks into the camera. That's the best joke of the fucking movie. Wonderful stuff.
Oh, holy shit, the Scolari brothers.
That fucking judge. Remember, folks, come and hang out with us at Horror Hound. It's going to be Suit Saturday, and we're going to have a Proton pack. If you come and pre-order Wolfbusters in person, you can get a free photo op with a full-scale Proton pack. You can feel like a Ghostbuster.
Should I bring my Proton pack as well?
You know you should, so we can run around and fucking cross streams and scare people.
God, my trunk is going to be so full of shit, I swear to God.
You have a big enough vehicle that you can get it all up here.
I know I can.
Yeah, you got a Highlander. There can only be one.
That's why I drive a Jeep, because there can only be one Highlander, so I'll give it to Nick. Kendo's got a Toyota Tacoma. Dion's got a tank.
There you go.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He's got a Chevy.
We were looking at new cars because we would like to get a new car for the family, and she was looking at the Highlander. It's like, nope, can only be one. Nick's already got one.
You know what you should get yourself
Go
is
for
the
the
new Ford
RAV4.
Bronco. Just like your hero
Yeah.
OJ.
It would be tempting to own one of those, but my father is very much anti-Ford, and I would not like to be disowned for rolling
Then
up
get
in
a Ferrari.
Dude, if I could afford a Ferrari, I don't even know if I'd be having this conversation with you right now. But nah, Jeff, I'm at the beach. I got some shit to do. I can afford fucking Ferraris now.
Dude, what you should do is if you could afford a Ferrari, you should do Ferrari streams where you just drive and all people can hear is and it's just you sitting there for 2 hours. People would love it.
Kendo and his Ferrari video.
Vroom vroom, motherfucker.
It's just a 360 camera of you inside the car of him driving for like 20 minutes. That's all it is.
Yeah. And then there'd be another camera set up to where you could see like essentially like the point of view like out the windshield, so it could make you feel like you're driving the Ferrari. I'd do that. If I could afford a Ferrari and I could own a Ferrari, I would definitely live stream all day for our channel if we really wanted to, just driving around the Ferrari.
There you go.
I'd like to think that we would get enough super berries to be able to pay for the gasoline to do that.
Well, folks, we just crossed 184,000 subscribers. Last week's show, we had just crossed 183,000, so it's an exciting time to be alive. If we can get every subscriber to join our Patreon at the top tier, Kendo, we can all get Ferraris and live stream from Ferraris each and every day. Good morning, Ferrari. That'll be the new show.
Folks, if you want to see us in Ferraris, you know what to do.
God, talk about being pretentious. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Is it pretentious or baller?
Both.
Yeah, I was going to say equal parts both.
Look, you can call me pretentious dick. If I got a Ferrari, I won't care.
Ooh, that's a lot.
We'll be getting our word of the day each and every day. Not dongle, but gash.
Yeah.
By the way, folks, I'll be bringing back Good Morning Pop Culture in June, and if it does well, we'll keep it around forever. Modalicious says, "All AI at all. I want my Howdy Doody live action remake." Sure, it's Howdy Doody time. TLJ Screwjob says, "One of two. Sent this next chat on Tuesday, but I can just resend it next Tuesday. YouTube probably ate it." 2 of 2. Fuck, Marry, Kill. Scorcher 6 Global Meltdown. The Fatties Fart 2 or Satan's Alley, starring 5 times Academy Award winner Kirk Lazarus.
I'm going to kill the Fatties movie because I'm not that big of a fan of Jack Black, to be honest. And I found his character in Tropic Thunder to be the most annoying and like my least favorite part of that movie. And I love that movie. I would fuck the Kirk Lazarus movie because it's going to be an artsy, fartsy piece of shit, but it'll probably be at least a good movie. And I'm going to marry the Tugger.
Tum Tugger nuts?
I gotta go with that. That's a solid choice.
Yeah, I hate to be jumping onto that, but I already saw the Clumps, so I don't need to see the Fatties Fart 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, thank you to TLJ Screwjob. Greatly appreciate that. So, Georgian says, Coach Kendo and Jeff, some months back I asked about Mad Jack Churchill. Tears of the Kendo was stumped, and Jeff said he was interested to know more. Have any of you looked into his crazy life?
No.
I have not, because I moved across the country 3 weeks ago, and my stuff finally arrived this past Saturday. So I've been kind of living out of a suitcase, and haven't had much time to do anything. The fact that I've been able to get as many videos out makes me happy. But now that that's taken care of, I'm going to build this office, and then I'll look into a lot more stuff. But let me take a screenshot of that, because Kendo, that might be something fun we talk about on our bonus content that we put all over the internet.
Yes, it would be nice to read something that I would like to read for a change, as opposed to something I have to read for what I need to do that week. Which
Fair.
is all I've done for a very long time, and I will be doing again here very soon.
I'm glad I graduated from college, and I'm glad I'm not going back anytime soon.
I actually, I'm actually enjoying it. I do like school when I actually am interested in wanting to do what I'm doing. That it, I actually go to a cool school now as opposed to, jack off you. So,
Oh, you go to Dion's alma mater?
yeah.
I did not.
So there's the whole like pride in one's institution. So there's that too. So I even got my nephew Doofus. He has committed himself to being a Red Raider one day. He's like, I want to go to that school, and I'm like, okay, well, by the time you graduate high school and do that, I'll have already finished and probably be a doctoral student. So I could write you a letter of recommendation and probably get you in as a legacy.
Speaking of graduating, my nephew graduated high school Monday.
Nice.
I was at the graduation, and he had like 13 scholarships. He's got a full like ride to college that he just earned. Those even
Goddamn.
well, and he won. He also won the Dolly Parton scholarship as well, and she like popped up on a video screen out of nowhere.
He has
like
huge jugs.
pretty much. But like she popped up on a video screen. We all like he didn't know this and nobody knew this apparently, and like gave him a big congratulations video for 30 seconds, and I was like, holy shit.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
what school is he
little
planning
jealous.
on going to?
UT.
Yeah, he's gonna go volunteer to be a volunteer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's gonna go into aerospace, so that's kind of where he feels comfortable going. Also, with a lot of the scholarships, he doesn't want to go out of state and have to pay taxes on that stuff and everything. So
It's a smart move.
yeah.
And then if it doesn't work out, he can always, own the family 7-Eleven.
All 711 of them?
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, look at, if they're gonna deal in that shit, they're gonna deal in the big numbers. So.
Oh yeah,
Numbers,
we
big
don't.
rig.
We don't own just like 7 or 8. We own a few of them. So
You own the state of Tennessee. It's time to tell the truth to the podcast, folks. If you enter the state of Tennessee, make sure you pay the toll to Nick's family because they own it.
I wish that were true.
Governor Glenn Jacobs secretly works for you.
Oh, that'd be
Which
wonderful.
he's secretly a friend of the podcast.
That'd be wonderful.
Mayor Glenn Jacobs. Excuse me, Kendo.
I mean, he could probably be the governor. I guarantee he could win statewide.
He deserves it, man.
Still, like once again, if you ever like honestly look up his political ads, they're hilarious. They're gold. They really are, because like it's him in front of a wooden fence with like mountains and trees and the sun in the background. He's like, "Hi, I'm Glenn Jacobs," and like he's completely normal, and it's so weird to watch. It's incredibly weird to watch.
And then somebody comes running out. That's got to be Kane.
He ripped the door off, man.
I wish that was the case, but whenever there's a convention in Knoxville, he takes off that Saturday and Sunday to come and sign autographs and take pictures and stuff.
Gotta love that guy.
Yeah.
Modalicious, thank you very much. He says, Sisu is a comedy. Changed my mind. Is it?
What is?
What movie?
Sisu, or Sisu, or however you pronounce it.
It's not. I mean, it's not that funny. It's just like, it's very much like World War II John Wick. Like, I don't know. There weren't that many funny parts in it. It was more just like him just killing the shit out of some Yahtzees. So.
Yahtzee.
The poor board game never saw it coming.
I know it's
Yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Get 5 of a kind now, bitch.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun and it was brutal, and it's everything you want in a movie like that. In all honesty, so little touch of Tarantino, a little touch of the other World War II movies. Like it's a lot of fun, man. Really, it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it soon. I now have access to it, so.
That's good. That's good.
So Georgian is up next. He says Hollywood pales in comparison to what YouTube has in World War II content. Mark Felton, Operations Room, etc. Ludicrous speed, please. Before I press the ludicrous speed button, I would love alternate history, especially the stuff about World War II. Like, what if we lost this battle, or what if this place won? YouTube does have the best content for a lot of this stuff because
alternate
people
history
take the time to do it.
Yep. There was the giant mirror laser they were going to build. Even the spaceship they had planned. Like, there was a lot of weird stuff that were apparently planned during that whole time.
That would have been crazy if there was a World War II spaceship.
Well, part of it was the German team's idea. They wanted to make their own spaceship. So
There's a book you can get called "My Tank Is Fight" or something like that, and it is essentially, I think it's from somethingawful.com. Essentially, it's like a collection of all the World War II super weapons that were being created and all that good stuff. Most of it was, the Yazis working on that shit because they were the ones that were the most gung-ho about learning how to do all these things. And they had all the scientists because the ones that, didn't want to run into any problems decided to join the Yahtzee party and be, work for them. And the ones that didn't want to be killed decided to do the same thing. For reasons of a ethnic backing, they were like, we're going to go ahead and just help you out, I guess.
Yep.
What's the worst that could happen?
You say that. Now, let's give the button to Georgian, and we'll be right back in just a second, folks.
Ludicrous speed! Go! What have I done? My brains are going into my feet. What the hell was that? Spaceball 1. They've gone to plaid.
Hell yeah, they have. All right, I did not mean to drop my microphone midair, but thank you very much for that one. So, Georgian. We'll read a few more and we'll get back to the show for everybody. Modalicious says, Dirty Dozen plus Inglorious Bastards equals Dirty Bastards.
I'm alright with that. That'll be the name of our World War II movie.
The Dirty Bastards.
The Dirty Bastards. Yeah, why not?
I'm sure like 9 people will watch it.
I don't know. I think there's enough. I think with your writing and me directing and just
Dude,
us
we
being,
talking about Adam Shawhan would buy like 12 tickets just for himself.
I really do feel like once we get to that level, it would work because the stuff would be fun.
yeah, because once again, it would just be us fucking around for a long period of time and just like making stuff and just. Well, I think, and even then, we'd have like a rough outline for stuff, and we would pretty much operate like. I think all of us would act like Bill Murray on set, where like our lines are just like whatever we feel we're gonna say in that moment.
Our lines are a suggestion.
It would be hell to edit, but like it would probably make for really really good movies. So
Yeah, I will ad lib all of my dialogue.
as long as we can get like to a certain point in dialogue, like, and that'll be the only like thing we have to do is like hit these points in dialogue, and that's it. That's a scene.
Yeah, Kendo, it has to actually make sense. We can't randomly talk about Waffle House during World War II because it didn't exist back then.
Well, I mean, I understand that.
Yeah,
Do you want a deeper level? Because I
if
don't.
we make a World War II movie, we're all gonna have to keep up with Kendo because he's gonna be mentioning stuff that like just happened back then and all things going on. We'll be like, yeah, that happened.
And then,
yeah, Churchill.
Then
sure.
he'll troll us, and then he'll be like, yeah, he'll get us to be, yeah, Frank Sinatra was in World War II. Didn't you know about that? Like, yeah, man, and Elvis is, yeah. No.
When the moon hit his eye like a big pizza pie, that was World War II.
That was a mortar shell. All right, last one. Actually, 2 more, and then we'll get back to the show. So Georgian says, pitch me your live-action Disney disaster. Well, hear me out. They make a Star Wars movie. and it's got a girl and a black guy and a Hispanic dude, and you watch it and you realize it's just like the original Star Wars. That would be my Disney disaster. or a Pirates of the Caribbean film with Lena Dunham as Jack Sparrow.
I can hear Dion splooging from here.
Well, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes we don't. If Lena Dunham's on screen, I'm going to speak for everyone and say no. Thank you, Sejorjan. Anyone from you, Nick? What's your Disney live action nightmare?
Let's do the live action version of the cartoon of Robin Hood, but gender change all the fucking animals.
Or how about this to add on to that? You bring the live action animals with that like weird CGI crack fox, that meme, and make that Robin Hood for 2 hours. Do you think people would be uncomfortable?
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I'm uncomfortable just thinking about it. Our friend John Thomas sends in a very generous super chat. Thank you very much, John. He says, Kendo, check out Unauthorized History of the Pacific War. World War II movie that I'd like to see. Battle of Leyte Gulf, the story of Taffy 3 and the Leyte Gulf, and the story of Taffy 3 and Battle Surigao Straits. The last major surface action, Pearl Harbor battleships exact revenge.
Nice. That is one thing that when I am forced to go to the islands on vacation sometime here in the future, I do plan on being like, this would be a great time to travel around and see where some of this shit happened. Like, as I learned, it's pronounced Bataan, not Bataan Death March. And, see where like a lot of this Pacific theater stuff that the United States was involved in. I did tell her, I was like, one of the things I would like to do is get on a boat, and I would like to walk ashore where Douglas MacArthur did in that fucking video reel that they shot.
Nice. So he wasn't in MacArthur Park?
He played it, though, on the tabla. It was very, very moving.
Well, I hope you get to do that one day.
And I hope I get that recipe again. Oh, no.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Folks, stick around to the end of the show where we'll teach you how to spawn 1,000,000 items in Zelda. That's what we're going to do. We're going to become a Nintendo-powered cheat line at the end of the show.
You know what's funny is I sent you an Instagram video of that in that chat, and I was like, oh, you're doing what I did. It's like, no, you did something entirely different, but you still got the gist of it.
Yeah, there turns out there was more than one way to do this. Which, by the way, I just got a diamond, so I'm going to start spawning those for the rest of the show.
Listening to you guys talk about that was hilarious. Just like how you keep upping your inventory. I was like, you guys found the hack. Hopefully there's not like a mass update that really screws you over, and you can.
That's why you don't. That's the one thing that's nice about the Switch. It pops up saying that if you've got the game in and the game is still playing, you can exit out of it to do the update, or you can just say, nope, I'm good.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I what I hope is that whenever they do the update, you guys aren't screwed over by whatever they do.
He said doo doo.
Nintendo's
I did that just for you,
Nintendo's not
Kendo.
that tech savvy.
No, and I don't think Nintendo, considering this is not like a game whereby exploiting it, the glitch that you are damaging anybody else's playing experience. So I don't think they're going to be really that quick to patch it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah,
I mean, it's great that I got 103 diamonds so far.
Yeah, I didn't know if there was like an online element or what the deal was. So,
nope.
It would be really horrible to play Zelda online with people because you'd just be running around Hyrule Field and then some dickhead in a fucking mech robot with a dick robot shoot you and you're dead. And you're like, I don't want to play with you, man. I'm just trying to run around and fight moblins.
Yeah,
I want to kill the Gleeok.
Yeah, and that's the guy who spent $10,000 to get like 100 million diamonds so he could buy all the shit.
Or there's Kendo and I who just jump off. We just jump off these little rocks and we fucking have 1,000,000 diamonds and we Oh yeah, Kendo, the limit's 999.
On the items?
Yeah.
That's what I kind of figured. I figured the people at Nintendo were like, there's no way anybody's going to have 1,000 of these.
Well, if you watch to the end of our show tonight, we'll teach you how to get 1,000 diamonds in record time.
Oh my God. Yes, I just went from 1 diamond to 33 diamonds working from home. Ask me how.
You need to make that fucking video.
I will tomorrow. I'll use the elevator music. I'm like, hi, folks. Jeff and World Class Bullshitters here. Are you tired of fucking grinding for your diamonds and Tears of the Kingdom? Well, we can teach you how to avoid that in one easy step. First off, you press start, and then you wait till the end of the show, and we'll tell you.
As my buddy Walker said when I told him of this glitch that he could exploit, life is too short for grinding. And I was like, you goddamn right. It is too short to grind for rupees and upgrade materials for armor.
Did Walker also tell you have AIDS?
No, he did not.
Good.
I believe he's a pastor now, so I don't think he would tell me that.
Oh. He would just let you die.
But my soul would be redeemed because I think he would, well, Catholic, there's no last rites thing. He would sit with me and pray for my eternal soul in the event that I did find his out.
Well, Kendo, I'm just glad he's looking out for you and your eternal soul.
Yeah, well, somebody needs to because I've done a bad job of doing that for the majority of my life.
Yeah, nobody's perfect, especially us.
Yes,
so, folks,
Diamond update. We're now up to 68. Ask me how.
All right, let's get back into the show proper. Kendo, pick a number between 1 and 69, please.
Let's see. Well, I'm over 69 diamonds, so let's go with 44.
44. Got it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Well, all right.
A simple no would have done just fine.
I think I'm gonna try to cook one of these diamonds in this pot here at the stable.
I put the diamond on my sword and shield, and now I look like an asshole running around.
That reminds me of the game. What was it, like Army of Two, where you could like bedazzle your fucking guns and stuff like that?
What a wonderful concept where you can bedazzle your gun. That's just what I want to do to look hard on the battlefield.
Well, you could get like the shield for your gun, but you could be like diamond encrusted or like solid gold or something, or gold plated. I was like, this is like this makes no sense. It's not functional.
Dickhead beetle at. There you are. I'm gonna. How much I get for 100 diamonds?
So, guys, we'll play headlines in a minute, but I wanted to talk about this briefly since it's in the title for tonight. One of our friends, WDW Pro, had a stream the other night talking about the Kathleen Kennedy exit from Lucasfilm. And I know we've heard this 1,000,001 times over and over again, but WDW Pro seems to be very reliable and seems to get stuff right more times than not. What do you, if this is finally it, do you think it'll fix anything, or is it far too late?
Oh, I think the damage is pretty fucking done with like things like Star Wars and Indiana Jones and things like that. So I'm going to stand by the whole idea that I'll believe it when I see it. Like when she's finally like walked out the door and she's finally gone from Lucasfilm and the newspapers are covering it and it's not April 1st and it is completely done and dusted, then I will be like, okay, finally. That's finally, we can now live in that world where we'll see what's going to happen next. And when her fingers are off the buttons, what will happen. But Star Wars has got to, if we want to look at the things that she screwed up, Star Wars is the big one. Indiana Jones is going to be the next one because this fifth movie, that's on Disney. The last one I don't believe was on Disney, was it? That wasn't their fault.
No.
So we'll see what they do, which they'll probably just dick it up. And like I said, Star Wars is the big one. And there's a lot of work that have to go into fixing Star Wars. Like, you'd almost have to create a new trilogy that retcons what happened to the sequel trilogy, but even then, that's just a bad look. And you essentially are telling your entire audience, yeah, we fucked up, we're idiots, we screwed everything up, please don't watch those movies. But at the same time, you can't unring that bell. Those movies do exist. Like, I mentally can watch the original trilogy in a vacuum and not have the thoughts of, oh, well, That's all great and everything like that, but Han's going to turn into a deadbeat dad. So like I can do that, but not everybody can. And the fact is, those movies still exist. Like I said, you can't unring the bell; it's already there. They would have to essentially create a new trilogy that doesn't erase the sequel trilogy, but is a completely different story in the Star Wars universe. That's really good to get, things going in the correct direction. But again, I'll believe it when it happens. I'll take it with a grain of salt, so to speak.
Size of the boulder from Raiders of the Lost Ark?
That's a big boulder of salt.
That is.
Yeah, man. It's gonna take a lot. I mean, she screwed up so much, and they keep giving her more money and more authority and things like that. I mean, and they just announced they're gonna do another movie or another 3 movies with Daisy Ridley. It's like, is the horse not dead enough for you? What's the problem? Like, what are you doing? Like, you're losing money. You lost $2 billion in the hotel. The movies are terrible. The shows aren't bringing in an audience. You're losing subscribers on your service. Like, all the signs point to you screwed up, but somehow you're not reading it, or it's not written in English or something. I don't understand what the problem is. And Bob Iger's here to kind of like put out fires, but what's the deal? Like, what's going on?
Well, they used to have all the theme park money that they could do whatever the fuck they wanted, and now it's like, we actually have to worry about profits, so.
Yeah, I heard that they're doing some massive promotion, like, over the summer they want to make it, I think it's like 75% off, or like a ticket for each park. They're doing some sort of massive like park thing for the summer. But I think they've tainted their brand too much for people to care.
Mm-hmm.
And money's so tight now, people don't want to travel that far in any way, shape, or form to deal with that stuff. And also with a giant discount like that, you're gonna have people everywhere being in that park every day, and it's gonna be packed. Like, maybe instead of riding 2 rides, per visit, you'd ride 1 ride per visit. It's gonna be hell.
I can't imagine going to a theme park and only riding 1 or 2 rides because the lines are that long. Like, fuck that.
That's what I've heard. That's what I've heard how it is at Disney. Like, if you don't like have the pass and like pick out the rides you want like 6 months in advance from your fucking visit. Like, that's what I've heard.
That's crazy.
If anybody has a story who's been there in the last, I don't know, couple of years, if not longer, let us know, because I would like to hear it. But that's kind of what I've heard now. It's like, it's just insanely expensive hell. Like, you're out in the sun with your kids running around, or even with friends, whatever, running around there and just trying to ride this if you want to ride. And you have to have like the app and then the pass and then a whole thing to do, and it just doesn't make sense anymore.
I mean, I love going to theme parks. I love doing this shit, but damn it, like when I used to live in California, we'd go to Universal, I'd find a way to ride everything. I just couldn't imagine like going to Disney, just walking around. Oh, it's Mickey, it's Minnie, it's Main Street USA, and like fucking fly to Florida to do that shit. What a waste of money! Like, I can't even go stay at the Star Wars Hotel anymore because it's closed. That was my life's dream. I was so fucking excited to go stay at the Galactic Star Cruiser and watch Rey and Kylo Ren butt fuck each other and in front of everybody. That was going to be the greatest event of the season. But no, I don't get to do that.
No, wait,
anymore.
They never said that was going to be on the tour. That just kind of changes the whole deal.
How much would you have paid?
Like $10.
Like $10.
Yeah, I'd pay treat pity.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of where it is right now. That's kind of what I've heard of what's happening. I mean, I know a couple friends who really really love the Disney park, and they go twice a year, and they have their very own like travel agent who like sets them up for the whole thing. So like they're in it.
Well, like I'm not here to judge. If people are into it and having a good time, while I think Disney is silly,
I mean, these like okay, like these 2 friends of mine are in their 40s. They're married. They don't have any kids, and they spend their savings and their money on that. I mean, they have a good time. Whenever I come over, they're always showing me all the pictures and things like that, and I just kind of like, it's not for me, but like, they're my friends, so I humor them. I'm not like, oh fuck you, Disney. Like, I'm not that. I'm not gonna do that to them.
Oh, hell no.
They have a good time. They enjoy it. They spend their money that way. What the fuck ever,
Yeah, look, I mean, like, we don't ever call for boycotts on this channel because we tell
You
people
should
just do
talk
it
to
with your
them.
money.
Have a talk to them. Be like, look, you could use your money on something like that, or you could just give it to me, and I'll do something better with it.
Or you could open up an LLC.
Yeah. Be like, I'll teach you the secret on how to duplicate all of your items on Zelda. Ask me how.
What they should do is they should invest in our WCBS shitcoin, and we'll be
There's
set.
that too.
God.
There's that too.
Bullshit coin. There you go. It rivals Doge.
How 4 guys on the internet made $1 trillion and how they don't know how to spend it all. It's like, yeah, folks, let's we'll hook you up.
That would be hilarious.
I mean, it's a future we could have if we really believed hard enough.
I mean, there are tons of instructions on how to make your own cryptocurrency. So it's entirely a possibility.
I mean, 2025 has unlimited possibilities. We're actually going to skip 2024 because, legal reasons. We're not allowed to step foot in 2024, folks. Sorry.
that and it's going to be an election year, so you may want to really, subscribe to our channel hardcore.
Yeah.
Just to get through the bullshit and listen to our bullshit.
Yeah, look, folks, we're here for you. No matter how crazy and political it gets, remember, WCBS is here for you to.
Dear God, we might have to do two live streams a week for that year, just because people are going to really need it.
Oh, bro, I'm
really and if anybody really wants to know who we back and where we stand on the issue, we are 100% going to vote for Ronald Reagan.
Yes, the actor.
Yes.
Reagan by a landslide.
Yep, Reagan Bush 84. That's our political stance for next year.
It's funny you bring up that, and we're going back to 1984. So that's a very layered response there, Kendo.
That works. That does work.
I'm very happy with that. Dean says going to Disney without kids is just wrong. So, with Kathleen Kennedy stuff, though, if Indiana Jones is as bad as we think it is, and we know it is, it's not being haters on the internet. It's literally looking at all the movies that Lucasfilm has put out in the last decade. They've all sucked. None of them have been good. None of them have been good at all. Like, what about Rogue One? Go back and watch Rogue One in hindsight. It's not as good as you remember.
No, that movie's boring as shit except for the last 10 minutes. The Vader stuff is like a finger in a dike for that movie.
Finger in a what?
Yeah, like
it's not June yet.
Fair enough.
Oh, not that kind. The kind that... Never mind.
Nice cover. No, but the thing I wanted to talk about, though, is there's a reason why fans always talk about her exit. Is because she's done such a shit job. That's what folks are... People aren't sexist. They're not misogynist dinosaurs relative to the Cold War. They're just pissed off because this lady keeps fucking up these franchises. Lucasfilm has 3 properties. Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and Willow. They've all shit the bed. What else is there for them to fuck up?
That's true. By the way, the director of Rogue One is coming out with a movie called The Creator. With what's his name in it? Who's in this movie? God damn it! It's about AI. Let me put it that way. But it looks very much like it looks like Rogue One, because when you watch a trailer for it, the same shots and the same like kind of CG or whatever company they've used for that stuff looks exactly the same. And it looks like it's, once again, it's entirely devoid of Star Wars bullshit. It's a movie by itself, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
They should cast Pete Davidson. He's perfect.
Man,
he's wonderful in that Taco Bell ad. He makes me want to not eat Taco Bell, but
there you go.
Taco Bell makes me not want to eat Taco Bell, so it's not his fault.
Yeah, that's true.
With Kathleen Kennedy, I mean this. Like, she is the worst thing to happen. For as bad as it was to live through the prequels at times, I kind of look back and go, it got worse. I never thought that would be possible. And I really mean this. You can't get worse than the Star Wars sequel trilogy. There's just no way else to be worse than that.
Yeah, because none of them were all written like, I don't know, weeks before they were shooting. They didn't make any sense, especially the last one was shooting 6 weeks. I mean, up until 6 weeks it was before it was supposed to be released. Like, it was the one that cost the most and made the least money. The second one divided the entire fan base because the people were like, "Oh, it's this bad," And some people are like, we'll see it through. We'll see how it goes. It can't be that bad. It's like when 2 out of 3 are bad, that's a problem. You need to cut your losses and move on.
Yeah. There's articles out now that are trying to say that Solo is not as bad as you remember, and I disagree.
Yes, it was.
It was a shit movie then, and it's a shit movie 5 years later.
Dude, I think we all wanted to go see it that Thursday, and we also did the same thing. Like nobody was in the theater.
I wanted to leave.
Yeah, you wanted to leave. Nobody's in the theater. It didn't make sense. The theaters were probably a third to a quarter full. And like once again, this is a Star Wars movie. It's supposed to be kind of packed for the first Thursday screening or whatever, but it wasn't. And the story didn't make sense. Even with the whole thing, it's like, oh, we're gonna call you, since your first name's Han, we'll call you Han Solo since you're by yourself. It's like, that's retarded. Sorry, I don't like that.
Don't apologize. It is that stupid.
Yeah, because because we know how he got his name, and that's on how it happened, and just everything that went up. Yeah, exactly. Everything that led up to it and stuff. It just wasn't fun. None of it made sense. It was so stupid.
You know what? I know how to fix this. Poontang, a Star Wars story.
Jeez. No, here's how you fix it. You fix it by making the new movie. You have Mark Hamill wake up, and it was all a dream. That's what you do. You make him wake up and it's all a dream. That's what you do.
I would support that version.
Yeah, that's all that happens. Like he wakes up and like those people are in his life, but he dreams of them being different people in his dreams. And like Rey is just like maybe some female Jedi he's training. Kylo's still there, and he's still his nephew.
A servant.
Or a servant, yeah, we'll go with that. Or a concubine, whatever you want to say.
You've crossed the line, Nick. She's too gross.
That's true. I was gonna see how far I could get. I crossed it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you went too far.
I did go too far.
Across the nose, not up it, Nick.
I always forget, man. I can't see very well. I need glasses.
You need to learn to feel shame.
That's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Good.
But yeah, I mean, just things like that, and his sister and his friends are around him. He's still teaching Kylo how to be a Jedi, even though he feels the darkness in him or whatever bullshit.
Darkness.
Just have it like that. He wakes up and has a bad dream. That's all it is.
I would support that 100%.
Yeah, because
that's the one time I'd give Disney my money for Star Wars.
Yeah, that would be, and you have to have Favreau write 3 movies in completely. He has to have three scripts, more than one draft on each. It all has to be done. You follow that for the next 3 movies, and that's it.
Yeah, don't let Dave Filoni involved because he'll make sure Ahsoka's in that shit somehow.
No, because I think Favreau was in control of the first season of Mandalorian, and that was fucking glorious. And I loved it. After that, I went to shit. So that's why I would love for him to once again hammer out 3 Star Wars movies and have Luke wake up and have a bad dream, and that's it. Just move on, do something else.
I'd support that, man. I don't want to keep sounding redundant, but you make me wish we had that for real.
Yeah, but once again, it'll never fucking happen.
No.
Oh, I like what Cosmic Vader said here. Quentin Tarantino's Reservoir Droids. I would 100% fucking watch that.
Oh my god, yeah. Does C-3PO get his ear cut off?
Yep.
Maybe more. Who knows?
He loses his arm again.
Probably.
That's how he loses that red arm.
I love when you saw that action figure and you got so pissed off at it because you knew what they were doing. You're like, oh, they did that just so they could make new toys of it. I'm like, yeah, that's true, and it was hilarious how mad you got at that.
The thing is, when it came to my anger about The Force Awakens, I was right. I was like, fuck this movie. It's everything wrong with movies. And then everyone's like, yeah, it is that shitty. So,
yeah,
I feel justified to bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all came full circle. Everybody thought we were crazy and we were horrible people and stuff like that. And, turns out we weren't. We were just right. Nobody wanted to hear us.
They thought we were racist because we didn't think Finn was that great.
Well, and that's really shitty as well because Finn and Rey were supposed to be together in the first movie, as you could completely see from how they were interacting with each other.
Mm-hmm. And
then all of a sudden that shifted in the second and third movie.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if it's racism or the agenda of hey, this woman's a strong woman. She don't need no man. It's like, oh great.
I think it's that, or column A and column B. I think part of it was China.
You're probably right.
That's
Which, by
sad.
the
You
way-
can't do interracial movies because China doesn't like black people. All
That's
right.
probably a true thing, Jeff. It's probably a true thing.
I know it is.
Look at the Little Mermaid pre-sales in China. It's like the lowest in history.
Do you think that movie's going to be like the billion-dollar picture Disney thinks? Because
Fuck no. It's going to be another flizzop.
I honestly don't think so because people, I mean, people are really adamant about, they hated things like that because like, I understand, what they're saying, but also like, I don't fucking care, man. Like, I really don't. I've never cared for the new Disney live action stuff. I haven't seen any one of those projects ever. So I just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, like, my family isn't the target audience at all because, number one, I ain't fucking watching Little Mermaid. Number two, I've got a son, and I highly doubt he would want to watch the fucking Little Mermaid. The wife might, but even then, I don't know for sure. My sister would watch it because she loved that movie when we were a kid. So I could see her being like, I want to see the live action Little Mermaid, and then just afterwards be like, it wasn't that good.
No, man, you're gonna show your little boy Rambo First Blood like a man.
I mean, I do have the Rambo box set on Blu-ray, so...
Don't you think he's a little young to understand the nuance of John Rambo's character? Not the violence, not Brian Dennehy's performance, but the nuance. I'd wait till baby OJ's at least 4.
And like, see, son, this is just proof that cops harass white people, too. I was like, John Rambo just wants to get something to eat and go visit his friend.
I love that so much.
Good old Yanni. My friend Enrique in the chat says, I'd rather watch the Barbie movie.
I'd rather just not go to the movies that weekend.
That's true. I mean, but also 90 minutes of Margot Robbie, I'm not mad at that. I'm really not.
Yeah, but there's going to be a bunch of other bullshit in there. It's not just going to be Margot Robbie.
100% true. Yeah.
It almost was Gal Gadot and Margot Robbie.
Well, no, it was... No. Remember we heard before it was Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah.
Remember
God,
that?
we need to
And
sometimes you feel like a nut button for her.
Yeah,
that's true. Well, no, and apparently, I think when they announced the movie, she got real mad because like, everyone wants to go see it because it's Margot Robbie and not her, and it's like, yeah, because she's actually a good actress and good looking, and you're a pile of dog shit. So
you're not wrong.
Yeah,
she's Bantha Poodoo, all right.
Yeah, I mean, and that's
like,
that's a
difference.
difference.
Sit her down and be like, this is Margot Robbie. Look at her, and then there's this, and then kind of gesture towards her. Be like, do you see the difference here? Do you get it? It's like that scene in Borat. My country, they'd go crazy for these two, not so much, and then point at her.
Yeah, that's exactly how it is. Like, she's not bankable. Margot Robbie is. There you go.
Yeah.
You said she's not bangable, and Margot Robbie is?
Bankable. Bank.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
like,
I got the
like
wrong.
Where you put your money. Okay.
If you say bangable too many times, fucking foreskin comes flying out to scream at you on GTV or whatever.
The Wicked Witch of I Don't Have a Job.
Yeah. The Wicked Witch of killing this fucking channel's relaunch.
Dude, that was hilarious. And everybody, even that jackass defended her. I'm like, dude, come on. You know better. You fucking know better.
You're like, she's wrong, and that there's a big reason why we tuned in for before with Olivia Munn.
Oh my God, she was the best. Now she's just I don't know what the fuck she's doing anymore, but I really don't care.
She was in a Broken Lizard movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, she's in the Slammin' Salmon.
Oh yeah. She is. She's one of the waitresses. Yeah.
No, she's a patron at the thing. She's the one that's on a date with a dude that's gonna give his engagement ring to her.
The Indian guy from fucking. Oh yeah, I remember now.
And instead, fucking Large Farva eats the cake that it was stuck into, and so he's got to poop it out. Yeah, fucking love the Slam and Sam. It's such a great movie.
Oh God! And here's the thing. I'm not a fan of it. It's probably one of the ones I least liked. But in all honesty, that's saying something because it's still a pretty fun movie.
Yeah, and it's got the chick that played Candy and 2.5 Men in it, and Colby Smulders. So there's some eye candy.
Oh, Maria Hill from the Avengers.
Yeah, her. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I've never seen more than 3 episodes of How I Met Your Mother, so Robin's
It's a good show till the last season.
Yeah, I heard they shit the bed there. Like
They
Game of
shit
Thrones
the
level
bed
shit the
hard.
bed.
So essentially, Jeff, just let me give you a real quick synopsis here. You sat there and you watched this show for 9 years to see how he was going to meet the mom, and he finally meets the mom after chasing after Robin for so long and then watching her marry Barnard and all this good stuff. He finally meets the mom. Mom's in the show for about 4 or 5 episodes. Then he tells the story about what happened to mom. Mom gets sick and dies. So then at the end, the kids are all like, "Oh my God, that was such a great story. But why was Aunt Robin in it so much? You should totally go hook up with her and fuck her brains out." And so then the show ends with him standing outside Robin's apartment and, you know, holding up the blue fucking French horn thing, and they implying that they're now going to be a thing. So you go on this journey for this whole amount of time to see what's going to happen, only for the original mission statement of "I'm going to marry this woman" to end up being the one that fucking turns out.
Yeah, I recently rewatched that show, and it's like and it's one of those things like rewatching it when it came out was fine because you had a week to kind of, you know, not watch, you know, a new episode. But then you watch it in succession of like one episode after another for like a couple months. You realize how flawed it is and how bad it is and how much of assholes those friends really are. And like they're terrible fucking people.
Yeah. Like I started watching it when it first came out. I got through the first few seasons, and then I just was, you know, between graduating college and working more and all that stuff, didn't stay up with it. And then I ended up picking it back up in the last couple of seasons because they showed it like religiously in England. Yeah. And so then I'm like, you know what? I need to get back and see where I missed all the shit in the middle. And then it came out on Netflix, and I spent like one summer vacation just like fucking binge watching the shit out of that show. And I'm like, you know, this show was really good until the last season.
Yeah. Whatever you do, don't watch How I Met Your Father.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna.
I was never planning on watching that.
Don't. Either. It's one of those things where like they've like the people who are in it are okay, but they've stuffed a lot of like modern day politics into it. And it's one of those things where it's like, I miss my all white cast. That was a good show. There was not a lot of drama and bullshit in there. It's fine. I miss my all white straight cast. That was good for me.
I would like to point out that was Nick Utam that said that. That was not me. That was for all you people that keep getting us confused. It was not me that said that. That was Nick.
I'm just saying, like, there's diversity. There's diversity in people and different cultures in the new one, and I'm just like, I don't care for this bullshit. I really don't. I don't care for it. I really, really don't.
You know, folks, if you could stop sending your hate mail to Kendo, it's not always Kendo that deserves it.
No. I say some horrible shit, but usually the stuff that's borderline racist comes from somebody else. It is not me.
You know what's going to happen next week is we're going to get 1,000 emails from AI programs. Dear Kendo, we're coming for you. We heard how you feel. Now that we have your current location, we're going to assimilate you and your family. Thank you. Good luck.
What's going to happen is some dickhead's going to like let one of his friends hear this at like a mixed, you know, party thing where there's going to be somebody there. No, I was going to say, like, you know, not all people that are typically on the same wavelength. And there's going to be one rogue there that's going to hear that. And then they're going to, like, look at the screen. They're going to see the one white face on there that wasn't having a little voice bubble going at that time. Not put those two, that one right there, and not put those two and two together. Assume it was the white guy. And then my ass is going to be trending all over Twitter, and they're going to be trying to cancel me. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't even say that. Nick did. Oh, if blame the minority. In this case, yes, because he's the one that did it.
Listen, Kendo. If that actually happens, I will stick up for you 100%. I'd be like, that was me. I said that. It wasn't him.
I would totally expect you to, but at the same time, I'd totally expect you know, not fault you if you distance yourself. Like, look, he was on a bender that night. He was just enjoying himself.
Dude, I am not going to let you take the fucking fall.
He probably took some Ambiens too. So,
guys. Don't worry about it. We'll just blame Dion. He's not here to defend himself. So,
that's true.
I mean,
that's true. But no, kind of that really was. Yeah, that really was the thing. I'd be like, that was me. Come on.
Yeah, I also don't think anybody would actually listen to this show that isn't already a fan of this show.
That's very true. But I stand by what I said. The new one is terrible.
Yeah, or that our listeners are dumb enough to like hang out with people that would get that fucking triggered and unhinged.
Oh God.
I have enough faith in you people. Don't let me down.
Well, I mean, the people listening to this podcast just want to have fun and have a good time. They and they want to not worry about the bullshit that's happening out there in the real world. So
Yeah, and they're also well aware of the fact that shit happens when you party naked.
That's true.
I need that T-shirt.
That's a great shirt. I want that shirt. I might have to get it for baby OJ when he's like 6.
Oh, you so do.
I'm like, no, I'm not trying to, put any type of message to him. It's just we're just big fans of Bad Santa.
Yeah, that's all it is, man.
Is it the best Christmas movie of the modern era?
I wouldn't say that. Well, maybe. It's a fantastic Christmas movie, and I've actually kind of changed my stance a little bit on 2. Like, I don't hate it as much as I did previously.
I only like Christina Hendricks for a couple of reasons, but other than that, I'm not a fan.
2 very obvious reasons.
God, they're so nice.
Like,
I've had enough wine that if you get me on one of these tangents, I'll go on it. So please stop. Keep going though, Kendo.
I can sit down and I think it was Hats Off Entertainment that put out the video. It was like, it's not as bad as you remember. And I was watching it. I'm like, he's kind of right. It really isn't as bad as I remember it being. Because I remember watching it the first time and just be like, this is really fucking bad. Like, this is nothing like the original, which I guess was kind of the point. They didn't want to make it exactly like a carbon copy of it. And it really, I'm like, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe. But I haven't watched it since then. I've had my thoughts on it softened by somebody that made some very good points about the movie. But I haven't watched it since then. If I sit down and watch it, I might be like, fucking Hats Off didn't know what the hell he was talking about. What the hell's wrong with this guy?
Without John Ritter, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, or Bernie Mac.
You're not going to SHIT right for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both great. R.I.P. to both of those legends. Like, I know we don't throw that phrase around often, but both of those guys were comedy legends.
Oh, dude, yes. Those guys were, fucking incredibly good at what they did.
Yeah, man. Yeah, even the couple episodes that John Ritter was in Scrubs, and he was really hilarious, man.
Dude, he is, going back, he is the master of, whatever type of comedy you call that. Three's Company's funny. Bad Santa's funny. He plays a really great oblivious guy, like in Problem Child.
Yes.
As
little
Ben
Problem
Healy. I love that fucking movie.
It's such a good movie.
Oh god, those movies were.
I've enjoyed that movie ever since I was a kid and I saw it. I was like, this is a good movie.
Is that one of those cases where the sequel's better than the original? Because I would rather watch Problem Child 2 over Problem Child 1.
Oh, that's probably the case. The first Problem Child is fucking great. It is really good and it is a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll give you the second one's better because the first one, Junior's trying to be a good kid, and it's about Ben trying to be the good dad and trying to give this kid a break because life's been unfair to him, and we're gonna make it. And then at the end, they have the touching thing where yes, they come together as new father and son, and they've got love for each other. The second one is just like, look, we've already established that. We're going to let these two essentially be partners in crime, but unwittingly on the one guy's part. Like, little Ben, is not involved in any of the bullshit that goes on, but Junior's just like, fuck it, gloves are off, let's go.
Dude, I love the part when he goes into the hospital and gets LaWanda's medical chart changed and she gets a fucking rhinoplasty. Yes. That kid's a piece of shit.
Wait till they get a load of the beak on her.
Or the fucking part where he puts the cherry bomb in the toilet and Mr. fucking Strickland has to wear a diaper to school.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I need to go back and watch these. I completely forgot them, I swear.
And he fucking tapes the one kid, Murph, to the fucking blackboard.
Oh, God, yeah.
He's like, I'm a senior student in this school. Well, no shit, you've been here since the 1970s.
Dude, I love that second one. And then he fucks up the wedding by using the giant rock to roll over LaWanda.
Yeah.
I remember.
He fucks up Jack Ward's dog, Nippy.
Oh, God, he hypnotizes him and he's frozen or whatever.
Yeah. Chow down.
I remember all these. I remember all these scenes. I just haven't watched the movie in forever, but
Well,
all
there you
these
go.
scenes sound
For the
sound
summer
familiar.
of bullshit, there you go. There's 2 movies we can watch: Problem Child 1 and 2.
We should have some kind of content for that. Just put it on the Patreon thing, because people will be like, all right, I'll listen to them talk about Problem Child, a movie I haven't ever seen or haven't thought about in 30 plus years.
It's Michael Richards before he got really like Seinfeld famous, and then kind of had a bit of a verbal meltdown at a comedy club.
You don't say.
The Bowtie Killer was a racist. Every time I eat a moon pie, I think of that movie, though.
Smiley pies. I haven't seen a smiley pie in I don't know how long. And then he sees fucking Ben Healy's wife and forgets all about his smiley pies.
Yeah, she doesn't come back, but the actress does. John
Yes,
Ritter's
Amy-
real life wife.
Yes, Amy Yazbek.
She was is a nice looking lady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we got off on the Problem Child tangent. Where were we at again? Were we done talking about Kathleen Kennedy?
Oh yeah.
All right, sorry, folks. Let's check back in with the audience. Kendo, would you pick a number between... Or, Nick, is it your turn?
Yeah, we can go back to me.
All right. Pick a number, please.
Pick 2 for Problem Child 2.
Ooh. 13 and 27.
You had enough yet?
No.
That's another one.
So?
You just say the word, I'll keep going.
Go.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Mo.
Your mother was
Ho.
he was a famous clown.
Bobo.
Mitch, cut it out.
R.I.P.
man.
Paul Gleason. And you said another one since you picked 2. All right, here's a fun one.
You eat pieces of shit for breakfast? No.
God damn, that movie's 27 years old.
It's still the
Yeah.
greatest movie of the 21st century.
Oh, easily the greatest movie of the 21st century.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there are 3 Problem Child movies. The Problem Child 3 Junior.
We don't talk about that one.
We don't. Okay, never
No,
mind.
we don't talk about that one. That one doesn't
With
count.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah, Michael Oliver's not in it. John Ritter's not in it. It wasn't a theatrical release. It was for NBC. I've only ever watched it the one time because I remember asking my grandparents to record it for me on tape because I had a baseball tournament that week and I was not going to be able to, or weekend, and I wasn't even going to be able to sit down and watch it, and I didn't want to miss it. And I watched it the one time and like, this movie fucking sucks.
Oh yeah, it does. I caught it on TV years later, and I was like, "This just is wrong." I think I only watched about 10 minutes of it and then gave up.
I feel it. I want to say Gilbert Gottfried's the only person in that movie that was in the others, but I could be wrong.
He wasn't that expensive to hire because before he passed away, somebody I knew out in California had hired him. It was his last living job. Gilbert Gottfried only cost $5,000.
$5,000. He wasn't Tommy Bananas.
No, he was not. Read his lips. $5,000. This is bullshit. Oh, I was looking at a Joe Rogan clip the other day, and they had Andrew Dice Clay on there, and all I could think of is Gilbert Dice Clay the whole fucking time.
Gilbert
What are you? Oh! That horror hound, we had an Airbnb, folks. All we could do is keep quoting at each other that fucking line.
Dude, we were. That's all we were.
And we had to be careful because some of those things were not politically correct as of 5 years ago to be able to say.
That's true.
We live in the worst timeline. Thank you, Biff.
Blame the Large Hadron Collider. Okay, they're the ones who started it up, and we shifted timelines.
Can we shift back where things didn't suck?
I don't know. Ask I don't know. Ask Neil deGrasse Tyson. Maybe he can figure something out.
I'll ask
Degrassi.
Elon Musk.
There you go.
Dear Elon, what's up?
I mean, he's very active on Twitter. You could probably tweet him and get a hold of him.
I mean, we're blue check marks, so why not
It's
ask
true.
him? Dear Uncle Elon, whatever
Hail
happened to
Thud,
Thud?
we love
Yeah.
you. Give us money.
We get emails sometimes where people complain about that. I'm like, are you serious?
What do you? Wait, no. They complain about what? Us saying "Hail Thud" or Elon Musk or something?
Yeah, they think we're like actually simping for him. I'm like, guys.
No. For me, it's just like genuine interest in like what he's doing. That's literally all it is.
For me, that's a joke from like 4 years ago on the podcast.
Yeah.
For me, I want him to get bored and send us $1 million because it's nothing to him.
Well, there's that too. I would love him to like hit us up one day on Twitter and be like, I listen to your guys' show. It's very funny. Here's some money. I go, thank you. Ill thought.
Hey, Dion, I got some bad news. You happened to miss the episode where Elon Musk gave us $1 million, so instead of splitting it 4 ways, we're going to split it 3 ways.
Oh my god, he'd be so mad.
Like, why are
Like,
people?
oh, fuck.
I still haven't figured out why people hate Elon Musk so much. They used to love him when he was ragging on a certain former president, but then he decided to buy Twitter and turn it into the hellscape that it was meant to be, and suddenly he's this terrible person.
I mean, it's basically for the last thing you said, because he turned Twitter into a hellscape, or what they call it. And,
What it's supposed to be.
No, yeah, exactly what it's supposed to be, and people are just mad because the lefties can't scream into the ether and get people canceled anymore. So
I can't say horrible, mean things and show my disability of understanding how things are supposed to work.
Yeah,
and just to have my echo chamber reflected back to me.
Yeah,
I have to hear dissenting opinions now. I can't live in this world.
Get right out of town.
God damn you, Elon Musk! You horrible stifler of free speech by expanding it.
by the way, and see, with some of these lefties who have a lot of money are also the same ones who bought his battery powered go-go device so that they could go to work, not have to worry about gas.
That is one of my favorite things whenever the people are like fucking ragging on him, like a certain politician from New York. It's like, you drive a Tesla. You can't park it very well because there was that video of you parking it like shit and taking up like 3 spots.
I would like to think the celebrities that talk shit about him who have one of his cars, he secretly fucks with their car with some sort of programming and makes them like either
I would totally do that.
Yeah, either turns down the battery usage by like 30% or whatever, and makes them pay more in like recharge fees, or so. Like he just fucks with them some way or the other.
I would love that if that was true.
I'd be the worst. I would fucking put my face like in the UI, so when they're like driving, I would pop up in a video like, "Hi there, Brad Pitt. How are you doing today?" See if they wreck. By the way, I don't dislike Brad Pitt at all. I just couldn't think of another actor.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Harrison Ford, but I'm like, he doesn't drive a Tesla. He doesn't drive at all.
No.
Harrison
Ford's the kind of person if he put the Tesla into self-drive, he'd still crash it.
Fuck off!
Like
get out of my car.
Yeah, he'd still break his other ankle or something, like from the door opening or some shit like that.
He's gonna try to fly a plane and kill like 47 people, but get away with it because he's Harrison Ford. It's like, whatever.
No ticket.
So Georgian, thank you very much for your generous super chat. He says, speaking of Max, I have to agree with Doomcock Shorts. Why focus on the sleazy Cinemax part than the HBO part for the name? Then again, HBO had tons of sex documentaries like Real Sex.
The good old days.
I mean, is that really why they got rid of the Hibbo in front of their Max name? Because they're trying to get people to disassociate the two? Because I don't think it's really going to work.
No.
Who knows?
Those of us that signed up for Hibbo Max, we knew what they were all about back in the old days. And here's the fun part. We don't care.
No. Everybody watched HBO at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Lord of the G-strings, man. Come on.
Yeah,
it's
like whenever
like
one of these like well-known companies or something, people like want to dig up the past like things that they did wrong. Like, this company was, blah 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 blah, and did this and exploited slave labor and like the Ugandan like diamond mines. It's like, okay, still gonna buy Coca-Cola. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, we still all buy our smartphones. I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nikes. Nikes are still made with child labor, but they're still sold quite a bit. So
it's one of my favorite things. The World Cup happened in Qatar this year, and outside of the fact that it happened in December, I didn't really have any other problems with it. But I knew one kid, one of my guys' friends from back home. He was a fucking crusader and a half about this thing. I'm not watching it. I'm boycotting. Blah blah blah. I'm like, are you posting all this stuff from your iPhone? And I never received any responses to that. I'm like, oh, you aren't you? Because I know you have an iPhone because you're one of those Apple boners that you can't have anything but Apple products.
I can't understand that mentality. They're not that great, and
they're really not. They're really. It's funny because the thing used to be the camera, and now they're down to like 10th or 15th place on like their camera stuff. The best one now is a Google Pixel.
Really?
Yeah, that's the best one now. Yeah.
You're not just saying that because we're on a Google platform.
No, I know,
That's exactly
no,
what he's doing.
no,
He
no,
is-
no. I watch.
He is going hard for that fucking Google money.
I think well, because the owner's my cousin, but we won't go into that.
You're related to Surge? Shit, man. First the state of Tennessee, now this? Fuck. Kendo, I feel like he's holding out on us. Nick, can you just buy us a helicarrier? Like, hook us up.
Listen, give me your address. We'll work some out.
All right. I'm Jeff, King of Cincinnati, P.O. Box 1. There we go.
Just give the address to Riverfront Stadium or whatever the hell they call it nowadays.
Now it's called Heritage Bank Center. Or wait, no, sorry, that's the Coliseum. It's just the Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, so there you go. Just give them the address to Gary. Fucking Reds front office gets a piece of mail. Jeff Hicks, care of the Cincinnati Reds. Who the fuck is Jeff Hicks? And why is he getting mail delivered here?
Oh man, but no,
I'm on the team now.
Oh, God, yeah, and also with the iPhones, I think what is it? The last 2 or 3 iterations just look the fucking same, so everybody's like, fuck this. And it's funny because the iPhone sales are now dwindling. There's the point now where nobody cares because everything that comes out is the fucking same, and they just don't care anymore. They're just buying what's gonna be functional, what's cheaper. So,
I mean, Android phones are pretty goddamn cheap.
Yeah. I think after another year or two of me having this brick, I'm gonna go to an Android for sure. Because yeah, I don't really care for this anymore. I really don't.
Folks,
I 100% don't care for my iPhone anymore. So
now, if only the Karens of the world would stop caring, then the world would be a better place.
The fun thing I always love seeing is I love seeing these blue-haired protesters with an iPhone. It makes me happy every time I see it. I swear to God. It is the funniest thing because they're the ones who are crying poverty, doing these protests. It's like I have a new iPhone 23 Max or whatever.
Yeah, you have a $2,000 computer in your pocket, yet you're complaining about how poor you are. Fuck off.
It's like, well,
your first world problems don't make me care at all.
Yeah, and that's another thing. And God, I could go into that, but I'm not gonna make a whole fucking segment about it. Let's not do that.
Folks, join us next week for Nick's first world problem rant, where he rips it apart. Anybody with a first world problem, including me.
I 100% hate that shit. People who complain about first world problems just bug the actual fuck out of me. It's like, listen, man, get your head out of your ass and go travel overseas, and then come back here, and then appreciate what you have here. Very much so. Like that's what I highly suggest. Just go do that.
We live in the best of the best country in the world. We have Waffle House that's open till 2 a.m. or later.
Yeah.
I mean, what?
Well, we also live in the best time ever. I mean, even if you want to say, oh, this and the other's bad, that's just the news media constantly doing the 24-hour news cycle, and it's bullshit.
Yes.
But if you look at stats, things are once again, I think I think they're improving, or they were improving before the pandemic. I don't know how they're doing now. So, but even then, like, things are good. In general, things are good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's not as bad as they want you to believe it is.
Yeah, it's this whole thing about things are expensive. People are getting fired, but in the grand scheme of things, man, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Until the aliens arrive, then we're all fucked.
Well, apparently that's. Well, I'm not gonna go into that.
That's next Thursday.
that requires me to go find my tinfoil hat for that one. I don't have it ready yet, so.
I can go get you some Reynolds wrap if you're in a tight bind.
No, I'm good, man.
I'm saying, never let another bullshitter go into battle without a tinfoil hat. Rule number 1472 of the bullshitters list.
Oh
man. But so Georgian, I didn't realize that was the reason either. I just think it's dumb that it's called Max, because it just sounds like Max Spielberg or Max Gaines or
A
any of
fucking
these other
dog.
things.
Yeah, I think
Rich treated that dog like shit.
Yeah, I think they wanted to mean maximum is what they wanted to mean, but I agree with you. HBO Max is fine.
It's
They don't even have all
too.
Well, and they don't even have all their old shows like the ones some people were mentioning in the chats, because they just erased them. Those no longer exist, and you can't find them anywhere. So,
what were some of those shows? Do you remember what the chat was saying?
It was the ones we mentioned before.
Oh, like real sex. Okay.
Yeah, like those ones.
They do have the Adult Swim stuff. I was watching Harvey Birdman the other day, and I was very happy.
Yeah.
Because I had to watch the kid for a little while, and we were sitting in his toy room, and I was like, oh, yeah, let's see. I've got HBO Max again. Let's take a look at this. And sure enough, there's Harvey Birdman. I'm like, fuck yes, we're watching the first season of Harvey Birdman. So we did, and he probably enjoyed it. Not as much as he enjoys King of the Hill when the show starts. He fucking smiles. When that fucking guitar starts playing, he would smile and be like, "Ew," and I'm like, yeah, it's a good show.
Since
He loves propane and propane accessories.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the boy is right. Now, if we're talking about shows that are lost, do you think any streaming service will get us Talk Sex with Sue Johansson? That was the weirdest fucking show ever. Folks, don't Google it. You won't be able to sleep again.
Yeah, unless you go look up that, what's her name, Dr. Ruth.
Oh,
Have her
she
talk
was
to you
just
about
funny.
sex.
Dude, a very tiny German lady talking about that stuff was hilarious.
We are here today to talk about the sex. And it's like, okay.
And she's
Thanks,
like
Dr.
three
Joyce
and
Brothers.
a half feet tall. I
Yeah.
love
She's
This
the
is the
perfect
pe-
height.
Yeah, this is the penis, and it goes inside the vagina. I've had many penises inside my vagina, and you should see the size of them. Oh my god, look how small I
Yeah,
am.
and that's another thing is that she was perverted and hilarious. I love it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love it. It's funny as hell, man.
And you know she was a kraut, so you know she was banging the shit out of all sorts of German dudes and shiza porns.
What are things I don't want to think about for 500 hours?
Oh my god.
And German's like, yeah, that's in my shiza, and she's like, okay.
Ja, das ist gut. Meine Schwanz ist größer. Leap, do not tell everybody what that translates to. Anyway,
I know what it means. I know some German.
Oh god.
I know some German people too. TLJ Screwshop says World War II movie or on little known areas. The Great Raid starring James Franco, War in Burma. Saw it with my great grandfather that fought in Guadalcanal.
Nice.
You know, James Franco's decent. I know people shit on him for a lot of movies, but I don't really dislike him at all.
No, he's a pretty good actor.
Yeah. I only know him was an actor. Modalicious says that crowd Bud Light is chasing is more of a spritzer and meth crowd.
I mean,
Ooh.
there is a lot of truth to what they just said there.
Too much truth, it hurts.
I mean, you're completely right, but you know. But also, like, it just seems like a dumb marketing thing because they were chasing a group that makes up less than 1% of the population, and that seems like a really dumb idea. Wouldn't you want to broaden your advertising to a bigger group to make more, of that stuff? Oh, what do we call it? We love it so much, money,
Well, they had the number one selling beer in the country. And they said, how can we make this even more number one? I know. Let's alienate everybody that's already buying our beer.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like if you're the number one beer selling in the country, why are you trying to go further? Like, just keep it that way.
Yeah, it's like, yo, Budweiser, or Anheuser-Busch, you're known for a couple of ads. The horses and patriotism and the funny shit. Stick to that.
Why that?
That one wasn't as funny.
Oh, that was iconic though, man.
It was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that funny. It's not as good as the frogs. Or
The frogs,
lizards.
the frogs were great. The frogs.
Yeah,
were great.
I like the Bud Knights.
Bud
Those
Knights
were good
funny.
too.
Bud Knights are funny. I don't know. It
And
just
the one
seems
that played Boba Fett.
I don't know. It just seems like things in the 70s were a little too try hard.
Well, they were. The 70s was a different time. I mean, they were just coming off of Vietnam and a gas crisis or gas shortage. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All sorts of stuff.
It was, we have to do some weird trippy stuff and have key parties.
That's how so many babies were born.
Oh god.
Yeah. With dads that they didn't know was actually not their dad.
It was their
Yeah.
neighbor the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mom
man,
was a cream pie goddess.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that book I was reading talks about the 70s and all the kinds of weird stuff. So
Yeah. Go over to your friend's key party, leave looking like a glazed donut.
oh god, and YouTube cannot mark that as inappropriate.
Because YouTube's, I'm using so many different fucking.
You are.
things, but they're not picking up on anything I'm saying. They're like, now they're talking about glazed donuts.
Yeah. I love it all.
Key parties? What's a key party?
It's a party where we get together and discuss all the locations of hidden keys in The Legend of Zelda. Kendo.
Yes,
See?
yes, it is.
There you go.
What a party it is.
TLJ Screwjob says, "My Black Ass Productions, Tears of the Kendo." Shromozoid says, "I'll take one more time. Motorcycle and Joe Rogan's Slapnuts, please." Of course. Ask and you shall receive here on WCBS. Let's see. So, let's get to the right thing. Poor Joe Rogan motorcycle. I still like the DJ Khaled motorcycle. So, first off, here is your Joe Rogan Slapnuts.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video up.
It's Mr. Flatnut to you.
The added little oof and there is the best part.
Isn't that Tony Schiavone?
Yeah, that's Tony Schiavone. He's going, down goes Beetlejuice.
I love Tony Schiavone.
Schiavone.
Did you see the AEW game got a release date of June 29th?
Yes, and it's one of those I'll believe it when it actually comes out type things. I plan on buying the game.
Same. I want to play it. I like to support wrestling games. And if anyone's like, well, the graphics are terrible, I play this game called Wrestling Empire on the Switch. It looks like a legitimate N64 game, and it steals everybody's face. Like, I made a guy named Dude Geyerson, and he has Joe Rogan's face, a blonde mullet. He probably weighs 400 pounds, and he dresses like a hillbilly version of Thor. He is great. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'll send you screenshots. You
although
can kill people in that game.
I have heard that the creator wrestler mode is not very good or is extremely limited. That's the only thing that might stop me because I would like to create a wrestler so I could create the four of us and just have us beating the shit out of Kenny and the Bucks the whole time.
Oh, God, yes. By the way, folks, if you make WCBS in your wrestling games, like our friend Jeff the Iron Wolf, we'll give you shout-outs on Twitter, the channel, the videos, whatever you want, because we do love wrestling games. So make us in your games. We'll make you famous, like The Undertaker said. Yeah, Kendo, I'm willing to give the game the benefit of the doubt because people are like, it doesn't look as good as 2K23. That's fine. It's also not made by you, or it's not also not made by 2K Games, and it's also not the WWE. So it's like,
I also enjoyed those fucking N64 wrestling games, like in WCW World Tour, Sold Out, or Revenge, or whatever it was called, and WWF No Mercy, better than I've liked any of the 2K wrestling games. Same.
I still play the classic ones of the PlayStation 2 more than I like to play 2K23. I had to remember what year we're in.
Yeah, my only thing is I want to be able to do a creator wrestler mode, not because I want to do a career or anything like that, just because I want to learn how to play the game and have fun just beating the shit out of Kenny and the Bucks.
They deserve it. They suck.
Because that's what I did with the last WWE game I bought. It was like 2K20 or 2K21. I created that giant fucking Satan-looking guy, and I named him BLZ-Bub, and literally just spent all my time beating the shit out of Roman Reigns. Yeah. And then I created a chick wrestler, named her Lucy Fur, and I spent all my time beating the shit out of the Bella Twins.
I have a character I make in every game called Fred Fucks. He's the most overpowered guy in a skull mask, and he lives up to his name. He just fucks people up. I love him.
Yeah, it's like I'm just going to sit around and spend the next hour just beating the shit out of Roman Reigns and John Cena in a triple threat match with Beelzebub.
Well, I'll send you some screenshots. This weekend I'm going to be over at Phil's. We're getting together for Sweet Saudi Money 17. This time it's final. And we're going to watch, we're going to play wrestling games afterwards. So
nice.
I'll send you some screenshots.
I actually might watch a good chunk of Sweet Saudi Money.
Isn't AEW's pay-per-view on Sunday?
Maybe.
I kind of want to just watch all the wrestling shows this weekend, but it's a good time to watch wrestling.
Why not, man? Why not?
Yeah, because I think Solo Monster said that the show comes on, Night of Champions comes on at 1 o'clock. but I'm assuming that means New York time, which for me would be 11 o'clock in the morning. So I'm like, I could probably pull that one off because Saturday we're just kind of hanging out all day until we got to go to some birthday party at like 5.
Nice.
Well, dude, if you watch it, text me. We'll talk about it.
All right.
Now, folks, here's the other button from Shrubbles08.
Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one. Another one.
He's so fucking dead.
You know, I learned something weird about Back to the Future 1 yesterday.
What's up?
You know when Marty comes back and he wakes up and he's like handed an envelope or something he has an envelope in his hand at some point towards the end of the movie.
Yeah.
He's supposed to send out his single to record labels for that. That's what that is.
Oh.
Yeah. Did not know that until somebody told me about it on Twitter yesterday. I was like, the fuck is this?
The pinheads never would have worked out. They were just too darn loud.
Yeah. Huey Lewis told you, though.
And he knows all about the news.
That's true.
It's hip to be square, brothers.
That's right.
So Georgian says, an author I follow on YouTube claimed he got an AI when he was messing with, claimed he got an AI he was messing with to write a romance story in Ebonics.
Oh my god.
Also, when will the P.O. Box reappear? Jamram. Well, the P.O. Box will appear back in June. Now that I've got everything settled in for the most part, I will go down to the local mailbox and I'll get a P.O. Box and I will make that very public. That way we can bring back Tales from the P.O. Box as well as all of our other fun stuff here on the channel. So, folks, I'm excited to see what you guys want to send in and we'll make video content about all of it. But, for Georgian, Jamram! That'll put hair on your chest.
Oh, yeah.
So Georgian also asks, Kendo, did you just reference the nuclear Boy Scout?
That was a little bit ago, probably.
Maybe. What's the nuclear Boy Scout?
Oh, Boy Scout who tried to make a nuclear device in his shed, but ended up irradiating most of the town.
No, I was talking about the kid who looked like he was from a country that rhymes with Biddle Beast, and he made that clock that didn't at all look like a bomb.
Oh, I remember that kid now. I think I was in high school when that happened.
Yes. And then he got in trouble, and they made a big deal about, oh, you're just profiling. Be like, this thing looks like a fucking bomb. What was the school supposed to think?
Well, if it looks like a bomb and smells like a bomb, it's probably a bomb.
What do you think that kid's up to these days?
Making bombs.
Oh my god.
Probably not wrong. Shrubbles08 says, remember, Jeff, those Pinko communists used doggies as kamikazes during the Battle of Kursk. They only destroyed 3 Yati tanks. I'm not cool with using dogs as kamikazes, man.
They've used dogs. They've also used dolphins, I think, every now and again. So that's fun.
Yeah. It's one of the hard things about talking about the Eastern Front of World War II. There's 2 equally scummy scumbags on either side of it. You got the Yahtzees and you got the fucking commies. It's like, God damn. It's like, how do you pick who you want to see come out on top of that one? You can't.
Neither is the answer.
No, they're both equally shitty groups of people.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Shrubbles08. John Thomas says, Kendo, Huddle House is low-rent Waffle House.
We don't talk about Huddle House here, okay?
I have never eaten at a Huddle House. I've driven past many Huddle Houses, and I'm always like, I should try that sometime because there's Huddle Houses by Camp Kendo and things like that, and I'm just like, I've never eaten at a Huddle House. But then I'm like, well, there's a Waffle House by Camp Kendo. I'd rather eat at Waffle House.
There you go.
Let's go to Waffle House.
I'm looking it up right now. They have Bacon Fest at Huddle House.
I mean, I know people that have eaten at Huddle House. They like Huddle House. I've never heard of it compared to Waffle House in any way, other than the fact that they both have house in their name.
I mean, that's what we want to do, folks. We want to get We want to create a late night food show where it's like places to go when you're fucked up.
Oh,
so Huddle House.
Oh, so the Dave Attell show, but just us.
Yeah. I found my Dave Attell autograph the other day.
Oh, that's
that was
awesome.
Dude, that was one of the best comedy shows I've ever seen. He is fucking hilarious in person. Like, he's great on TV, but in person, dude, I was so drunk anyway, but man, it was amazing.
That's awesome.
I wish Pauly Shore would go out on tour again. I'd go see Pauly Shore. I've seen
I
him
would
before.
too.
Pauly Shore is funny as shit. I had him sign a $1 bill.
Did you tell him that was all he was worth to you?
No, I told him, I was like, no. Well, there's actually, because there's a picture of me and Aaron fucking sitting there in front of Pauly Shore because he let you take a picture with him too. And I wanted to get something signed because he was signing shit for free. And I had literally nothing except for a $1 bill in my wallet. So I was like, I just handed it. I was like, Pauly, will you sign this $1 for me? And he's like, sure. And he signed it. And he's like, you're not going to spend that, are you? I'm like, nope.
You still have that $1?
I do. It's hanging up on my the mirror that's on top of my dresser at Camp Kendo.
Will you bring a picture of that $1 to Horror Hound?
I'll just bring the fucking $1 to Horror Hound.
Yes, folks. If you want to come see the Pauly Shore $1, come to Horror
I'm going
Hound.
home in July, so I will find. I mean, it's not. I think she took it down and she put it in like a little jar that's sitting there on my dresser. So I will get that, and because if not, I'm gonna fucking file for divorce because I'm like, no, I lost my fucking $1 bill signed by Pauly Shore. It's a one of a kind item.
Yeah, you should have told him it's like, no, I'm gonna put it on eBay and sell it for $2.
I mean, I don't think. The thing is, if I would have told him that, he would have probably felt sorry for me. Like, God, this guy needs money that bad.
Well, I know. I'm pretty sure Pauly Shore is running the Comedy Store now, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. He's got that. So
he took it over after his mom died.
Yeah. So he's doing all right.
R.I.P. Mitzi Shore.
Yeah, he told the story of like I think the last week or last month of that, and I was like, man, that's heartbreaking. It's incredibly heartbreaking.
I liked his movies as a kid, and some of them still hold up.
Oh yeah,
some of them, not all of them.
No,
true.
In the Army now, not so much. Encino Man, definitely.
Yeah. Well, and there's even an Easter egg of Encino Man in the Army now.
Oh yeah, Link's in there.
Yep, and he's eating a frog or something.
It still blows my mind that Brendan Fraser and Ke-Huy Quan, both in Encino Man, both won Oscars this past year. Good for them.
Yeah.
But Harrison Ford ain't got shit.
So Pauly Shore is on tour.
Oh shit!
Is he coming to Cincinnati?
I'm looking. In June, he'll be in Portland, Oregon, Las Vegas, Nevada. In July, he'll be in Hartford, Connecticut, Albany, New York, Syracuse, New York, Sarasota, Florida, Tampa, Florida, Orlando, Florida. And then in August, he'll be back in Las Vegas. He'll be in Bellefontaine, Ohio on August 17th, where the fuck that is, or Jewett, Ohio, and Akron, Ohio.
So the 17th, where these are.
August 17th, 18th, and 19th, he's in Ohio. Then he's back to LA on August. Washington, North Carolina, South Carolina. Goes to Utah. He's going to be at Skank Fest, wherever the hell that is.
Yeah, let's not do that one.
Appleton, Wisconsin, Richmond, Virginia, Charlestown, West Virginia, Millville, New Jersey, Englewood, New Jersey, Patchogue, New York, Chester, New York, Glenside, Pennsylvania, Humanclaw, Washington, Austin, Texas, Los Angeles, California, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Holy shit, he's going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Oklahoma City. I think that might be when I'm driving back to Camp Kendo for fucking yes. He's going to be there in Tulsa from the 16th to the 18th, and I'll be driving back to Camp Kendo for fucking Thanksgiving on the 18th, so I might go see Pauly Shore. LA, Las Vegas, Ontario, Canada, or California. So no, those are the only times he's in Ohio. He's never in Missouri. Hate you, Pauly Shore.
Bellefontaine, Ohio is only an hour and 54 minutes from Cincinnati, so if I'm feeling froggy, I could go up there and see Pauly Shore perform.
Yeah. I might have to do that. If I look at, I might. Dude,
go.
When I'm driving home to Camp Kendo, I very well could be like, I'm going to drive for 12 hours, stop in Tulsa, get a hotel, fucking go see Pauly Shore, go to bed, go home.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. Sounds like a slice of fried gold.
Be like, hey, Pauly, hey, Pauly, you played the Funny Bone in Valley Park, Missouri like 6 years ago, and I got you to sign $1. Can you sign another one? Like I'd be like, I'm doing a lot better now. Can you sign a 5?
Every time you see him a higher denomination.
Yeah. Or I just start having him sign Canadian money.
Well, dude, when I went to, if I go see him, I'll take $1 and get it signed and be like, hey, man, I heard you did this for a friend of mine. Would you sign my $1 too? And then what we need to do is everybody that goes to see him just take money to get Pauly Shore to sign.
Oh, man.
Enrique Vasquez says, so you're telling me the Gungans will help us defeat the Terminators? Kendo, what do you think of the attacking trees in Tears of the Kingdom? What about the DLC AI like HAL and BMW?
Well, I'm not a big fan of the attacking trees in Tears of the Kingdom. The first time that happened, I was a little aggravated and or freaked out. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? But if you got like a good edged weapon, they go down easily like Monica Lewinsky. And they will drop you golden apples sometime, and usually like 3 bundles of sticks. Make of that what you will, and substitute whatever word in you want.
Oh. Now, do the golden apples give you a lot more value than the regular apples?
Yes.
Or are they just delicious?
They are that, but no, the golden apple gives you a heart and a half, and it's a rare, very sweet fruit that seems to have an extra sparkle to it, something found near normal apples. So if you eat it, raw, it gives you a heart and a half container filled. I don't know what happens if you cook it. I haven't cooked any of those yet.
I mean, there's golden apple pie, golden apple soup, golden apple salad,
golden them hills,
golden apple fried, golden apple.
Well, remember, Nick, we're not allowed to have Kendo near a apple pie after his excursion in high school.
What are you talking about? Dude, that was American Pie. That was Jason Biggs. That wasn't me. He was the pie fucker.
Well, where he's gonna be the pie.
Wait, speaking of that movie, like back to my nephew's graduation, some kid who wanted to be a filmmaker quotes that line. Not he quotes the Bandcamp line in his fucking valedictorian speech. I'm just like, good for you for recognizing the movie from like over 20 fucking years ago, but that's a line you pick.
I mean, I would have just started chanting "MILF, MILF, MILF," but that's just
that would have been hilarious. But I don't. And it's one of those things where it's like you're graduating, they can't do anything to you. You should have just started chanting "MILF." It would have been hilarious.
It is actually against the law for them to withhold your diploma if you have enough credits, or to not graduate you or something like that. I don't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, legally
they have to graduate you if you have enough credits.
Yeah. I mean, what would happen? You get kicked off stage and they mail him his diploma. That's the worst thing.
I mean,
you'll go down in history. So I'd rather do that.
Need my diploma.
Yeah. I don't know.
Mine did too.
I don't know. It was just weird. I'm just like, good for you. Going to be trying to be a filmmaker, but like this is the quote you choose to use. Come on, man. There are better ones.
Like roads where we're going, we don't need roads.
Yeah.
This is the greatest quote of all time. Thank you, Enrique. I don't like AI like HAL. 2001: A Space Odyssey is a fine film, but if we get closer to that, I'm gonna start a riot.
Let's start a riot.
Well, I mean, if you watch 2010, you understand why HAL went crazy. They put some sort of like code in there where they didn't want him to do something and it messed up, and yeah.
That's what happened to Cortana. She went rampant too.
Well, didn't she go rampant because AI is only supposed to last like 5 years and she went on to last 7, and that the program went bad?
Yes.
Okay.
They left out the part where they made her look like a super sexy individual in the game too, and it's like, yo, she's an AI. She ain't supposed to fucking have big old jugs and hips.
Maybe that's the way she self-identified. Kendo, quit being a bigot.
I'm just saying, I didn't understand why they sexied up the AI.
Would you want Lizzo in your ear and a hologram of her talking to you all the fucking time? Is that what you want?
Not as bad as you would.
All right, Nick, are you going after Brie Larson or Lizzo? Like, Brie's done you dirty, but you'll be dirty after Lizzo.
I mean, I'm super progressive and loving of everybody. So, like, Lizzo is the epitome of beauty. That's what they say on TV. And
really? Really? So then you look just like her then?
I mean, are you calling me a fat black woman? Because
is that how you see Lizzo? Because you just called her the most beautiful thing ever. So,
but that's what she says she is.
Do you believe that too?
I believe everything I see on TV.
So by by that determination, I called you beautiful, not a fat black woman.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out why you're trying to like rag on black women.
I'm not. I'm ragging on Lizzo.
Okay, folks, if you've got no problems with fat black women like Nick does, apparently, go ahead and put one in the chat.
I want to see a tank shred of ones there, folks.
Yeah.
You ain't seeing shit.
Anybody
They're not doing it. They're not doing it.
One is totally racist.
Stevie Wonder could see this. Just putting that out there.
There we go. See, Clone Geek's not racist. Enrique Vasquez is not racist.
Oh, he's the most racist of them all, Enrique.
Look at all these non-racist people. I'm like Nick.
Yeah, Nick. You hate sand people, and now you hate attractive people? What is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm just not a fan of her, man. That's all it is.
Who is? Who fucking is?
Nick even got in on it. Good job, Nick.
Yeah, I'm right.
No, she's a big old beef cow.
God damn.
Is she the ones that get abducted in South Park?
God, I wish. She needs to get obstructed.
Oh, she's got an obstructed bowel. You know it.
She's a lot obstructed. Oh God.
Well, folks, we promise you we won't be playing out Lizzo on any show ever.
No, never. She, like I said, she plays the flute and she does a very good job at that. That's pretty much the end of the road for her talent.
Oh, God, I still remember her going and doing a Peloton show. I thought that was goddamn hilarious.
Did it sell more bikes?
Yeah, I did actually.
I mean, it probably emphasized the fucking durability of the bikes. It's like, look, she was on this thing for 30 minutes. It's gonna last.
She can do 30 minutes of straight cardio. That's impressive.
No, I guarantee you, they probably deep faked it.
They probably deep faked it.
That's what they used the technology for to make it look like.
They put it on the easiest setting. That's what happened.
Shrubbles08, thank you very much. He says an audible recommendation is The Great Courses, a history of the Austrian Charles Empire, second edition by Professor Thomas Childers. You know, I have about 12 Audible credits. I'll take a screenshot of that.
Jeez, man. I read the book about Charles Manson in the 60s. That one was fucking wild. I'm on a scary a horror space one right now that's really fucking good. It's very much like Event Horizon or something. It's called Dead Silence.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm very, very happy with it right now. It's really compelling. Yep. S.A. Barnes. Dead Silence. Yep, good stuff.
I'm listening to one called American Comics. It's on Audible. It's written by, for some reason, Audible doesn't want to load right now to tell you who it's written by. But it's a very interesting book. It's written by Jeremy Dalber. A History of Comics. There you go.
Nice.
I highly recommend it if people actually want to. It's very detailed, so you might find it boring. But if you're like me, a comic artist who likes to study the history of this shit, it's a great read while you're drawing books. It's a background for Wolfbusters right now.
That's good. Yeah, some people said the same thing about The Martian, where he goes into like equations for stuff and like why things work this way and like all this other stuff. I find it incredibly fascinating because he's like trying to survive on Mars and he's like going through like how to survive. Basically, it's like, oh, do this, and do it this way, and you'll get this result. I'm like, that's fucking amazing. And some people thought that it was like him reading stereo instructions or something. I was like, I found it incredibly amazing.
Oh, he was reading a copy of the handbook for the recently deceased. Perfect. I wore that T-shirt the other day. My mom was like, "What's the handbook for the recently deceased?" And I'm like, "Seriously, Mom?
You should have said, Mom, you can see me."
I did say to her, "Well, Mom, it's a book that reads like stereo instructions." And she looked at me, and then I explained to her it was for Beetlejuice. She goes, "Oh, I know you love that movie, honey." And that was the end of the conversation.
You should just push something over and grab your junk and be like, "Nice fucking model." Honk, honk.
I mean, in the future, I'll do that. Just not around her. I'll do that at Horror Hound.
There you go.
Like, we are definitely getting ready, folks. We're less than 3 months away from Horror Hound.
It's been so long since we've done one. It's gonna, and especially this. It's been so long since Indianapolis has had one, so it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes.
Were we at the last Indianapolis one?
I think so.
Was 2019 their last Indianapolis show because of the pandemic?
Maybe, because that was the last time we were in Indianapolis for the Horror Hound.
That was the last time I was in Indianapolis in general.
Well,
Yeah,
same.
yeah. Because
Well, no, because I drove home through Indianapolis from Camp Kidney after Rise of Skywalker.
Oh God.
What about when we went to Fort Wayne for Loudy's wedding? Did you have to drive through Indianapolis?
Oh yeah, I did, and I was very upset with the fucking traffic situation and the construction.
You know, Kendo, I feel like if you get stuck in traffic, if somebody just hands you a cheeseburger, you'll be very happy and okay.
Yeah, usually. I had the gonna be wife with me going to that one, and me fucking melting down over the goddamn traffic, and she's just like looking at everything, thinking it's the coolest thing in the world. She's like, "Oh, this is a really cool place." I'm like, "Yeah, I've fucking been here before. It's not Indianapolis ain't that great."
It's slightly better than St. Louis, but not much.
Yeah.
So, folks, let's take a trip back in time. Today, 40 years ago, a little movie called Return of the Jedi was released, but today, 46 years ago, a little film called Star Wars was released. And so, you know, today is May 25th. It's officially Star Wars Day. Some of you have probably celebrated. Some of you have wonderful Star Wars memories. And some of you are probably very bitter about Star Wars after what's been done to the original sequels, or the original franchise. And everyone has every right to be as angry as you want. There's no judgment on this end. But, guys, what is your take on Return of the Jedi? Have you always liked it, or have you always disliked it?
I've always liked it. It was the third best of the original three movies for me, but I've always liked Return of the Jedi. It's caps off the story and, you know, does it really well as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching it as a kid and really enjoying it because, you know, we had the video store next to our house and it was a nice cap off to the whole thing. The end fight was great. I loved it. I never really put two and two together as a kid. It's like, oh, the Ewoks could never beat the Stormtroopers. Like, it never occurred to me.
Same.
I don't know why. It was one of those things where it's like, I'm watching a movie. This is what happens in the movie, so they can do it. You know, it never occurred to me until later when people are starting to like question them. It's like, oh yeah, that kind of makes sense. And then I loved later when people are like, oh yeah, there are no bodies for the helmets of Stormtroopers. They ate them.
Savage little beasts.
Yeah, savage little beasts. I love the part when they're holding the humans hostage and they see C-3PO as a god. And Luke is like making him float and things like that, so he can really solidify that. I don't know. I just enjoy the movie, man. It's a nice little cap off to the whole first three.
I agree. I went and caught it in theaters when they had the 40th anniversary a few weeks back. It was a nice experience, probably the best experience I've ever had watching Return of the Jedi. But it has a good pace. It flows well. The action scenes are great. It's a nice evolution of what came before it. So many movies today do not feel like a natural evolution. A lot of these Marvel movies, like, I'll give Iron Man credit. Each movie, he has a new armor that builds upon the last one. But Luke Skywalker's journey builds upon, his goal to become a Jedi Knight. And by this one, we see Luke mostly fully powered, even though he's not perfect. Like, he still gets shot in the hand on the sail barge. And the other characters have nice natural progressions as well. Only Han Solo doesn't have too much to do, but who gives a shit? He's still there and pretty fucking funny. So, I really enjoy Return of the Jedi. Like we keep saying, folks, it's the third best of the franchise, or of the sequel, the original trilogy. It's not going to beat the original or Empire ever for me, but it's got great special effects. It's got a great space battle, and probably the second best lightsaber battle in the entire saga. So, I mean, it's back when lightsaber battles meant something. They weren't just about, flipping around and doing dumb shit like the prequels or being terrible like the sequels.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I will give the prequels, like, I think the first Phantom Menace was good because I loved when Qui-Gon Jinn put the lightsaber through the wall and was like cutting the door open. That was fucking
that part's
cool.
bitching.
Yeah, that's cool.
That was awesome. But I do understand what you mean by having proper lightsaber battles.
Like, they're supposed to be about the emotion, not necessarily the flips and this and that. But, like, I don't want to turn this into an anti-prequel thing, because I don't dislike the prequels as much as a lot of people do.
Yeah.
They were fine back in the day. They were, okay, when Episode 1 came out, it kind of blew me away for how much it sucked. But then you get the Revenge of the Sith, and I'm on board for that one, man. I really like Revenge of the Sith. I think it's a damn good movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
it was a lot
episode
of
3
fun.
is awesome.
None of the prequels came out on May 25th. You had May 19th, May 16th, and May 19th again. But,
Oh God, I was having some sort of like some friend of a friend I met and was trying to convince me of like the new movies were better, if not on par with the original trilogy, and I had to like verbally slap him down. But then one of his argumentative points was like, "Oh, Star Wars is a Christmas movie because the last like 3 had come out around Christmas." I'm like, no, that's completely incorrect. Only the last 3 have come out on Christmas. The other ones have come out on the other dates, like throughout the year. It's like that's an idiotic fucking question statement to make. He got real mad at me about that.
I'm just glad you shot him down and put him in his place, bro.
It was he was just like very much, I think, a Disney shill, or just kind of defending them for like being very SJW and all that other bullshit, and it was just really really shitty for him to like say, oh, they're good for these reasons, and it was for the very obvious modern talking points about it, and I was like, that doesn't make a good movie. And then it proceeded to point out the other movies that made those same points, and they sucked and failed at the box office. So whatever, man.
Indeed, they did.
Yeah, and it was funny because I think he came after me because he thought I didn't know anything or whatever the deal was. I don't know what his thing was, but like I guess he assumed I didn't know what I was talking about and hadn't been doing this for almost a fucking decade.
Boom! Put that mofo in his place with knowledge.
It's like, really, I can pull up 20 articles right now that prove my point.
Yeah, you're world class, man.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I'm just like, come on, man, don't do this right now, please don't do this.
It's so nice to just shit on those sequels. Like, fuck them, they're terrible.
They are, man. It's yeah. I mean, if you like them, cool, but don't try to convince me that they're good.
Yep. Never gonna buy it.
Nope. Also, never gonna give you up or let you down or run around and hurt you.
It's also good to know.
Yeah. Never gonna say goodbye or tell a lie and hurt you. Yeah, so Return to the Jedi is a fun movie. I love it. It's got great music, great action scenes, and folks, if you haven't seen it, how are you here on this channel?
Yeah, if you haven't seen the first 3 Star Wars movies, what are you doing here? Just pause the podcast, go watch them, and come back.
Yeah, we're gonna be off the air by the time you get back. I mean, you won't even get through the first Jabba the Hutt. You won't even get the Jabba the Hutt's palace by the time this show's over. Just putting it out there because we're winding down, but. Make sure you join us next week, folks, for more. And be on the lookout for Good Morning Pop Culture. It's going to come back in the mornings early. So on your drive to work, hang out with me. We'll be talking about pop culture, current events, all that good stuff, and having a little fun on the work during the workday. So be prepared. Darian217, thank you for your very generous super chat. He says, redo from last week as I passed out asleep by the time you read it. My brother and myself are heading to Vegas for AEW Double or Nothing this weekend. Family button. Well, Kendo, my question was answered about is there a pay-per-view this weekend for AEW? So we got one.
All right. AEW Double or Muffin.
I'd like to double her muffin.
Ooh.
So here's the family button.
I don't have friends. I got family.
So does Tony Khan. He's got family in the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega.
Dude, the domestic box office for that movie didn't even get to 100.
Yeah, it's not a big hit in America. Other places it's a hit, but not here. We're tired of our fucking family.
Oh yeah, and fucking Vin Diesel wants to do like 2 more. I'm just like, whatever, man. If Universal wants to burn the money, that's fine.
I mean, they can. It makes them money, but I'm over those fucking movies.
Yeah.
But thank you, Darian217. It was fun to hang out with you. Hopefully we'll go to an AEW show together one day as well. DLJ Screwjob says, a few weeks ago I said Chris Hemsworth was done with Taika Waititi after Thor 3, and he said it was written by a 5-year-old. That was actually Thor 4, not 3. Well, Thank you for the correction. I'm glad he's done, because I don't want any more of those movies.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yeah. Well, also he had there was some Disney show he was doing about like health and endurance, things like that, and he had some sort of They did some sort of DNA test, and they said that he was 50% likely to get what was it, Alzheimer's or something, and that really shook him apparently. And so he's like, "Well, fuck it, I'm going to quit acting and just like live with my go be the best dad I can be and the best husband I can be, and just live with my family and not care about this stuff anymore, or at least do it less." I think is what he's trying to do.
Must be nice to have that much money to be able to make that decision.
Fair.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to check that show out. I like Chris Hemsworth enough that I'll watch what he's in, minus Ghostbusters 2016.
Right.
God. Everyone's got a hard limit, and that's my hard limit.
Oh, God.
Ghostbusters.
I have the Ghostbusters. Yeah, I follow the Ghostbusters news thing on Instagram. Apparently, they were trying to auction off the proton packs from the actual movie from 2016. I'm like, good luck with that. I'll give you $350. I'll give you $350.
I'll give you $10, and I will destroy them.
Thank you, TLJ Screwjob. Up next is Darian217, who says, "Speaking of WCBS in game, my Diablo 4 barbarian, I'm thinking of making Buffalo Jeff, who will ride on his stallion, yes, a horse, and skin and flay all in his path. Does Buffalo Jeff approve?"
Yes, I approve. Dion, where are you at? Dion, where are you at?
Random shit falling in the background? Yeah, so please, Darian217, add Buffalo Jeff to your game. Folks, everyone add Buffalo Jeff to your game. You know what I should do is I should add Buffalo Jeff's voice into AI, and that way people can fucking send Dion messages.
There you go.
You just need 2 hours of your voice being cloned. That's about it.
Yeah.
Just talk like that for 2 hours. There you go.
I will lose my voice for a while, so I'll have to break it up. Modalicious, thank you very much. He says, "Whoa, people of sand, thank you very much."
Mm-hmm. Digging at you there, Nick.
Oh, the Pronado, that's a cool name. Says, "Time travel was established already in Raiders of the Lost Ark. Or how do you explain Germans in 1936 being armed with MP40s? I'll take it's me, Austin."
That is a really good point.
Elaborate. So what year did the MP40 come out?
1940.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just the number they picked. All right, got it.
No, there was 40 because it came out that it was the
Machine pistol 40.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if Germany had time travel, I think they would have been an alternate history movie. Then they would have won the war or something.
They still would have fucked it up.
You're probably right.
Yeah, folks. Indiana Jones apparently had time travel back then as well. Now I'm gonna go back and watch Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, you know what? I hope the movie isn't like the video you made, where it's like I think you just discussed the parts of it in the newest review of Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope it's not like that because it sounds terrible, like utterly terrible.
Well, I have some more, another video that's talking about some rumors coming up. So if you're worried about these movies or this movie, you should be, because it doesn't sound very good.
Yeah, because the short description you gave in the beginning of that video was just like it just sounds terrible. It sounds like something they would absolutely 100% do. Mm-hmm. That's why, it doesn't make any sense. They're trying to shoehorn in a new character because they don't want
reasons.
Thank you, reasons. And so thank you for saving me from saying something terrible, Kendo. And I'm just tired of it, man. It's dumb and it's a waste of money, waste of everybody's time. I just fucking hate it.
We all do. So, guys, I think we've reached the end of the show. Is there anything else you guys would like to say before we put this baby to bed?
Can I get one button, please?
Yeah.
Mother of God.
Of course. Ask and you shall receive.
Mother of God.
There we go.
I just want the his soul is still dancing button.
Well, Kendo, I'll send you that link later. Don't worry. You know what I'll tell you if you can't hear it anymore.
Cry me a river, dickface.
Rest in peace, Paul Gleason.
Oh, man.
Folks, like I said, check us out. You can follow WCBS on Twitter. You can follow WCBS on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us here on YouTube, obviously. Join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays for our live shows, and be on the lookout for more live shows where we'll be going live daily. So help us grow that way as well. Yeah, help us do that as well. Now I want to go get a beer, but I don't have any. Shit. I just got wine.
Well, get the DoorDash app and make them bring you some booze.
Yeah, man.
I finished this bottle of wine, which I didn't plan on doing, so I'm feeling good. I'm going to eat some pizza, upload the show, play a little Zelda, sleep till noon. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not going to do any of those fun things. I'm going to finish this wine, go to sleep, wake up, and make a video by noon. So
there you go, man.
Be a lot of fun. But, folks, check out all of our newest content. Enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to go to a barbecue and watch wrestling this weekend.
Oh,
so you will not be hearing from me.
Sounds good, man. I like that.
I hope you guys have fun this weekend, too, Kendo. If you got anything planned, have fun.
Yeah, we bought a little pool for the kid because he loves the water.
He doesn't like to fart in the bathtub anymore and make a jacuzzi?
I don't think so, but dude, like he loves bath time, and getting him out of the bathtub is difficult because he does not want to come out. And he's learned how to shake his head no. If like you go to get him out of the bathtub, he starts shaking his head no. And he's like, no, I'm staying right here with my fucking rubber duck.
Is that the only toy he takes in the bathtub?
Yes.
I used to take Batman in the bathtub because he didn't have screws, so...
I'm sure he'll get other toys eventually, but right now he still has his little infant bathtub thing.
I get that. When he needs some bath toys, I'll send him a whole complete set of Pirates of Dark Water, so that way he can have a pirate ship in Ren and Tula.
Oh man, I remember that show.
I do too. I actually have all those toys.
Nice.
All right, folks. Well, thank you for watching. We'll be back with more next time. But let's say goodbye to some of our listeners. Hold on a second. TLJ Screwjob asked, did I read his super chat about the great raid? I believe I did, but I'll scroll up to make sure I didn't miss it. TLJ Screwjob. Let's see. Yes, we did. About your great-grandfather at Guadalcanal. We did read that one, because I commented on James Franco being decent as an actor.
Yep.
We need to play the Austin button for super chat.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Here we go. It is... I think it's right here. Where'd it go?
Who's that Pokemon?
It's me, Austin! Oh, son of a bitch!
Fucking Vince. I will miss him when he's gone. Actually, I don't miss him already, so whatever.
If we'll ever leave.
Yeah, goddammit, Vince, we're tired of you. Like, go live and be healthy, but fuck off. All right, folks, I think we got everything covered. So, again, thank you for watching. We'll be back next time with more. But in the meantime, be smart, be safe, be cool, but always be excellent to each other.
.com.
Nice shooting, son. What's your name?
My name is Jeff.